If you want to come to the USA, you must be a first world country.
You need to be of white skin. That is what I understand.
You're going into it, huh?
Yes, man.
Yes, indirectly, most countries that have white skin here and there, there are no freaking restrictions on them. There's no restrictions on New Zealand, on Australia, on some of these, like you said, countries where there's a lot of white people. Hello, welcome to the show. It's uncensored. It says uncensored for a reason. We are completely real and authentic. We speak in a way you think. Yeah, most African countries must wait first. Okay? We need to vet you guys properly because you guys have the tendency to want to come to the greatest country on the planet, the USA, and want to stay here for life. So me, Donald Trump, the orange man, I'm going to put a freaking ban here. Restrictions on 12 countries, full restrictions. Before you can come to the USA, you have to deserve it. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave, where opportunities are met, especially New York. Ask Jay-Z, he will tell you.
Yeah.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Yes, before you can come here, you need to deserve it, and you need to feel privileged when you land here. It's a privilege to be in the USA, especially as a foreign student, as an exchange student. If you want to come and study to the USA, it's a privilege, says Marco Rubio. It's not, we don't owe you. We don't owe you this visa, okay?
We decide.
We decide, or this visa extension. We don't owe you this. You have to, and you cannot be an activist. You cannot be an activist as a foreign student if you are here, partaking in social activities and all that stuff and calling us out on our stance as the US government. No, you cannot. Just come here, focus on your engineering studies or focus on whatever thing you're studying here and leave our political issues out of your mouth.
Yes, don't have an opinion on political anything in this world, because if you show any sort of favoritism to any other country within America, it's violating.
Yes. So whether you are here in the USA as an exchange student or as a student to come here to study, keep your mouth shut. You're only here to study. You're not here to give us your views on whether you like the Democrats or whether you like the Republicans. Keep your mouth shut. And if you are still currently in your home country, in your Africa, or in your Middle East, your China, in your communist country, and you have aspirations of coming to the USA to study as a young man, you, my friend, must shut your mouth from there, okay? Because we will vet you. We will look at your social media. Please say it.
No even voicing your opinion at all on your social media ahead of time, even if you don't know it right now, that you want to go to the US at some point in your life.
Yes.
Don't say anything. Or if you have something, delete.
Yes. Make sure that as you use your social media out there, you don't talk negatively about the United States if you want to come and study here. I'm sure that in those departments, even for people who are not students or aspiring to study in the USA, I'm sure that even them, just a normal individual, the vetting system, the process, because before you can get a visa to the USA, if you're outside of the USA, you have to go for freaking interviews and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, you have to plan months ahead.
I'm sure that whatever restrictions that they're putting here online, on their website, this is what you need to abide by. That's just for the public.
That's the tip of the iceberg.
It's the tip of the iceberg from when your file actually goes to the back room, to the back end, where they start to judge. That's where they just look straight away as to where do you come from? What's your birth country? What's your birth country? Not necessarily where you reside. There's this thing also where if you live in a certain country and you hold a residency from that certain country, it's easy to apply from that place to go to the US or any other one of these Schengen places. You understand? As an African, okay? On this podcast, we deal a lot with African issues because we are Pan-Africanists. So we're giving you a Pan-Africanist perspective and experience because we've traveled a lot. We know how these things go, different home affairs, offices, and all that kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they check. They don't care if you reside in the UAE or in Qatar. You want to use Qatar so you can apply to the US and go and seek asylum, there you, huh? Some Africans are out here to just, let me go and work in the Middle East for a while, in the UAE or here and there. And then from there, I'll work for a year or two. Ooh, some people have ambitions.
So they make they think that I'm trustworthy, you know? It's like
Yes.
I'm steadfast in my things.
I have a record. I'll provide bank statements and I don't even care. I'll use that money when I'm there.
Yes.
I'll provide bank statements. I'll save for 2 years. I'll stay in Kuwait. I'll stay in Saudi Arabia. They have a great relationship with the US. The US will never come here and ban the US. So me as an African national of any country, let's use of Somalia. I'll try to apply from Saudi. I'll show that I have a permanent residence, a working permit of Saudi.
Yes.
That should work in my favor to tell the US officials at their embassy that I don't intend to forever live in the US. I have a great job in Saudi, or in the UAE, or in Qatar. But I'm sure that in the back end of these US offices, wherever they deal with the granting of the visas, they just look at the freaking, where were you born? Where was this individual born?
Yes.
And they don't even care so much. They look at that passport. Yes, it's a South African passport. But even in a South African passport, or however you acquired your passport, if you were not born in that particular country, it says in there.
Yes, where were you
Birth
born?
country. That's where they go. Because your ideology and the way you think is not necessarily depending on the passport you hold, but on the birth country you are from. You understand? So you'll come to the USA as whoever because you have that passport. It's easy to get a freaking passport, but your ideologies, your ideals, your morals, your values, your allegiance, it's Congolese, it's Congolese. You understand what I'm saying?
You're thinking everything is Congolese.
Oh, it's from Libya. Let's use countries that they've already put restrictions on. Oh, it's from Libya. It's from
Like
Equatorial Guinea. It's from Afghanistan.
from Iran.
It's from Iran. It's from Somalia. You were born in Somalia, but you got citizenship in France. Now you want to use a French passport, huh?
Yeah.
But you think like a Somali, you. This passport was issued only 3 years ago. You are 46 years old, you. You understand what I'm saying?
Your ideology is completely from Somalia.
You're still a full-on Somali and you have
Yes.
Somali ideologies out here. Yes, so...
And even Haiti.
And Haiti.
And Haiti.
And why would you do Haiti?
I
Why
don't
you doing
understand.
Haiti?
That
They don't
one is-
like Haiti, huh?
That's a very strange one to me that actually all of them are a bit strange.
Okay, let's name these countries that Donald Trump put a restriction on. Full restrictions. There's 12 of them.
Yeah, 12.
Okay, start with... Okay, number 1.
Afghanistan.
Okay, let's discuss Afghanistan.
They have helped Afghanistan in the past.
They helped.
Yes.
Please, they haven't helped Afghanistan. America helped Afghanistan. America was in a war there for 20 years.
Yes.
They were there doing funny things there also. Look here, these people only go, they pick their wars, huh? They pick their battles. They go where it will be beneficial. They don't just go there because there's a form of terrorism act happening there. No, they go there because there's oil there. They go there because there's this there, there's that there. Let's go to Congo because there's cobalt, there's tin, there's that. Let's go here because there's gold. Let's talk about Burkina Faso because there's gold. Let's use Michael Langley because there's gold. It's not for free. These people are not humanitarians. They don't just go out there and just help.
There's an advantage for America at all times. Whatever things they do with another country.
Yes. So Afghanistan is number 1 and they've been involved there for a long time. And even the way that they pulled out of Afghanistan through Sleepy Joe. Oh, I almost say may his soul rest in peace. Let me not jump the gun. Because he was diagnosed.
Yes,
Funny
yes.
fun fact about that. Donald Trump actually came out here saying, I couldn't care less.
I knew there was something wrong with it or something.
No, you said that man has done terrible things in his life, so I'm sorry, I can't feel sorry for him. Basically, I'm paraphrasing here. Basically, I can't do anything. I can't feel sorry for this guy because he's done a lot of terrible things in his life. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know. He's very strange sometimes. This
Who?
Trump.
No, but that is for real, man.
Yeah, but for real. But at least if someone is coming out with this diagnosis, I mean, there's no need for him to say something like that.
Yes, there's no need. We expect everybody to come out here and act decent and have a human heart, but we live in a cruel world. I don't know what kind of world you people living in, but the world I live in, there's a lot of cruel people, evil hearts out here. They don't care about people. So that's Afghanistan. What's the second country?
Myanmar.
Myanmar? Don't you people need laborers? These Myanmar people are hardworking people.
Yes.
They can come there to the US and work in hospitality industries and stuff, you know? You need people, that was...
I don't know about that one. But the next one is...
No, wait. Before we go to the next one, I'll let you know when we go for the next one. But Myanmar, isn't Myanmar the country where their president was trying to crack down on the use of powder? No, I think that was Philippines. The president of Philippines, yes. He came out, he used to always fight a lot the issue of drugs there and all that kind of thing. But I'm trying to understand, why is Myanmar part of these 12 countries that Donald Trump put a restriction on, a full restriction? I can't get there.
From what he also said when he released this thing, is like these are countries that are most overstay in their country. So
Okay,
they
so
apply
maybe Myanmar is
one
an
of those.
overstayer.
Yes.
My friend, you must go home. Don't overstay here.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a general reason for all the countries. You know, there's a general reason, citing national security and countries that have tendencies to do funny things, to be used, so, you know, come and conduct certain criminal activities there. But anyway, what's the next one?
Chad,
an African country.
African.
That West Africa. I think Chad falls between, I think it's, theoretically speaking, it's Central Africa, but it's up in the north. It's like almost in the north. But yes, Chad also. Chad also, they have a coup there. They have a coup leader.
Yeah, recent,
A military, it wasn't a coup, but I don't know when it was, but whoever's the leader now is a military guy. And he also has been trying to be a part of the AES.
Yeah.
Of the Sahel. You know, he also came out, I think he kicked out
the French.
Yes, he said that a few months ago, but recently, a few days ago, is out here to say no more exporting raw material, like minerals.
Oh.
Yes, natural resources and stuff like that. We're not going to export. We're going to kick out all foreign companies and all that kind of thing.
Maybe that's also the reason why they are there. Or maybe, yeah.
So Chad is also trying to act like a patriot country.
They're also trying to stand their own ground, trying to show that we are going to do it for ourselves.
Yes, but they need to make decisive moves. All of these African countries can't come out here and just talk. They must make decisive moves. Are you a part of the Confederation or are you not? Don't worry too much about visa for the US, okay? Don't worry so much about being an ally for the Western world or imperialistic countries. They've never been true allies or partners.
Yeah.
They've always but taken advantage of us and taken our natural resources for dirt cheap. Anyway, that was number 3, right? Or number 4?
Number 3. Now, number 4 is Republic of the Congo.
Republic of Congo is one of the 12 countries that Donald Trump came out here to say full restrictions, no more visas of coming to the US. It's part of the Republic of Congo, of the Congo. It's not
the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Not the Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes. Republic of Congo. There's a difference between Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes. So it's not the DRC. Don't worry. Trump knows that they are busy talking about a possible minerals deal with the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. That peace deal there. And the US wants to enter into a minerals deal with the DRC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the DRC is not part of the 12 countries that are restricted with visa. Okay, people?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just hope those visa people who are processing the visas, they actually make that difference, and they just see Democratic Republic of Congo is applying,
You mean wherever the person
is going to apply.
is from whatever country on this planet.
Yes.
Yes. You must hope that that particular officer,
Yes,
wherever you are applying,
is awake.
if you are from the Congo, you must tell the guy, my friend, I'm marked here I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay? I'm not from Republic of Congo. Or when you call them, and you want to set up your interview and they ask you, where you from? You must tell them, I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo, not Republic of the Congo. Please, when is my next interview? I need to come for my next interview so I can apply for this US visa. I'm not from the Republic of the Congo. I'm from the Democratic. Otherwise, that guy will just say, my friend, we cannot take visas for you. You are not allowed to apply because Donald Trump put a ban. You must tell those officers.
No, you must say, look at your map, man. There's a Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes, it's not DRC. DRC can still apply. Actually, before we say the rest of the names, this particular restriction, full restrictions on these 12 countries, and of course we know that there are other 7 countries that have partial restrictions.
Yeah.
But anyway, this ban can still be challenged by the courts in America. It's still early days to tell. But we have a feeling that it might stand because it's not like the ban that Donald Trump did in 2016 when he said no Muslims must come in here. You understand? In 2016.
Yes. It's different. That one was direct, and it was saying no Muslim. It was stating a specific class.
The ban in 2016 by Trump was racially motivation.
Yes.
It went against certain race, the Arabs, and religion.
Yes.
So it was based on those facts that could be easily challenged.
Yeah.
The outrage in 2016 when Donald Trump came out here to say no Muslims are allowed in America. He put a ban. That one did not fly, even with certain Americans.
Yeah, because that put everyone at risk. Even like the Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, the people that he's just visited. It put all of them at risk.
Yes. Although it was only for 90 days.
Yeah.
It wasn't indefinite, like these recent ones that he started with since January. Because there was 43 other countries before, but that was not as this. Those ones was just like restriction-based types of executive orders that he signed when he took office now in January. Okay, my people? Yes. So,
but in some way, I think this one is similar because if you look at the list, Somalia, and they are Muslim. They're predominantly Muslim country. Afghanistan, Muslim.
But there's Christian people who stay there also.
Yes, they are.
Yes, so it's not similar.
They've just become smarter in trying to do that same thing.
Yes, exactly. The Trump administration has learned its lesson from the way that it behaved in 2016. They were childish before. Now, I know that there's different people there now because he's reshuffled his ideas, but he himself, Trump, has learned from his past mistakes, from his recklessness.
Yes.
In 2016, he was too excited. He just came out here. It's about fulfilling my promises that I made to the campaign, during the campaign. But the new Trump knows that doesn't matter what you say in the campaign. Continue on with your vision to make sure that you fulfill some of the promises as best you can, but don't come out here all. It's not just the president is not as powerful, although the president of the USA has authority.
Yes.
To come, especially on matters that deal with national security and immigration, he has full authority.
He has the
to
say.
act like this, but they can still be challenged on some level.
But I still think that this is not. It's for me. I think it's also racially biased,
Racially biased.
Yes, racially motivated.
What, this particular ban now?
Because if you include even the partial countries, I mean, why is Sierra Leone or Burundi? For what are those reasons? I mean,
There are reasons.
I know that there are reasons, but I just think
It's not racially. It so happens to be that in those particular countries you've mentioned, it's full-on black folks that live there.
Yes.
But the danger, not the danger, the possibility for some of those nationals to want to overstay in the U.S. or want to just are high. Because those countries have unstable economies and they offer almost zero opportunities for its own people. At the end of the day, some of the reason why there's restrictions on some of these countries, especially the ones in Africa, is because our puppet leaders have failed to build countries and economies and opportunity zones for us. That's why these first world countries where a lot of opportunities are, these developed nations are coming out here, taking it out on the whole country.
Yeah.
We, the Burundian people, or any of these countries that are now facing restrictions, we should protest in our own countries against our leadership. We should say, when are you people going to start doing your freaking work as leaders of African countries and put your country on a map, or in a situation where these first world countries don't come out here and restrict you like this? I mean, South Africa has a white G-side there and it's still not restricted.
Yeah.
That's another conversation.
Yeah.
But you understand that?
I understand what you're saying. And I feel like the only thing that I saw also the response from the African Union, they also just basically pleaded with the Trump administration not to input this ban on some countries.
You said African Union is pleading.
Yes.
I read somewhere where African Union is not pleading. They're saying it's not cool because this might hinder certain diplomatic relations. That's what I saw. But I'll get to the fine print in a minute. Let's continue to give you our opinion. Again, if you're joining us, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate you so much. If you've discovered this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and become a member and do the whole thing that you do usually here on YouTube. If you like African matters, if you know who Captain Ibrahim Traore is, subscribe. If you don't know, subscribe. Watch some more, give us a chance, and then deduce. Watch this podcast or this live stream and more, and decide if you want to subscribe to us. One thing I can promise you is very talkative, born to do this, very passionate, a Pan-Africanist, a global one. I think that Africa is one country. One country. That's how I view it. No difference between a South African and a Nigerian. And if you're American, let me just tell you now, Nigeria is not in South Africa. Okay? Africa is a continent and it's big. It's big. A lot of countries out here. So anyway, if you are new here, we are real, authentic. We want African unity. And because we know that that's the only remedy for this chaos, this mismanagement, this way of life, this poverty way of life of African people, we need to unite. We understand that the mission or the solution is in unity. So we fight for African unity and we remain authentic. Doesn't matter if you say authentic doesn't mean correct, but we remain authentic. We also welcome robust conversations.
Yes.
So you are entitled to your own opinion, like this particular dude here. African unity, laugh out loud. That's never happened. You, my friend, we're going to put you in the doghouse for now. We're going to keep you in the doghouse for now. You are welcome here. You won't be blocked. If you get disrespectful, you will be blocked. But we're going to keep you in the doghouse. We're going to let you be here. Just continue to keep listening and listening and listening and listening and listening. African unity has to be achieved, says Chiomo, because as individual countries, we stand no chance. We need to unite.
We need to stand together.
Yes, they are proud of themselves because they are united. The United States of America on a government level. Yes, they fight between themselves. Everybody has internal issues. Look at Schengen. United. That's why they can barter and move around. Anyway, even if unity is not a solution, we want unity because it's our original state of who we were, not this imposed division that they did on us in 1884 as they set in freaking Berlin. Even if unity is not the way, even if it's not the way, we want to go back to our original state.
Yeah.
When we had no borders.
We want to see how it was from that perspective. Because right now it is not working.
Look, whether a borderless Africa is good or bad, we don't care. We just want to go back to our original state.
The way they found us, we want to go back there.
F the way they found us, we're not even going to include them in our statement. We ourselves just want to stop living in a way that other people want us to live. Do you understand? We want to go back to... We are already united. Let's put it that way. We don't give a crap about these freaking borders. Since you're on the Pan-Africanist platform, listen to this. I don't see no freaking borders. We already act united. Yes. And if you haven't noticed, if you don't know who Captain Ibrahim Traore is, from Burkina Faso, West Africa, you would have noticed already a spirit of unity that came out here to express itself.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of people that are for Pan-Africanism, that for unity of all African people.
Yes, but what I'm saying here that it is the fact that unity already exists following the reckless, strategic, conniving freaking narratives that Michael Langley came out here to say in the Senate.
Yes.
Wanting to accuse our Capitan. When Michael Langley came out here, the commander of AFRICOM, came out here to accuse Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso for corruption, you saw the African unity that exists. As small as it might be, it's there. There's a flame there. There cannot be smoke without fire. There's fire somewhere already. So there is African unity already. Ask Jamaica. Jamaica will let you know that there is. They love that. Yes. So whether you like it or not, my friend, we want African unity. And we will fight for it at all costs. So we have to speak on these matters that affect Africa. These restrictions.
Yes, even if it's just one or two countries, it is affecting Africa as a whole. Because for me, I feel like, this is a political message from the US to say that Africa, no matter from which country, no matter from what you are doing as an individual in this country, all Africans are just grouped as undesirable in their first world country.
Yes, they think we are starving to go to that US.
Yeah.
They think all African people would just wish to go to that US or to that Europe. While there is a high percentage of people who believe or who think it will be a better life for me if I go to America, if I go to Europe. Those particular ones are clueless. Life is hard in Europe, especially right now. Let me tell you, my people, take it from somebody who's traveled a lot. I've been to all these countries we're talking about, most countries in Africa. Been to Europe, most countries. So, first of all, it's expensive in that freaking Europe.
Yeah, man.
And apartments, for example.
They are small.
Tiny. Freaking tiny ass apartments. And you're paying so much money. But that same amount of money, if you were to use it in your own African country, you're a freaking king or a queen.
You're living in mansions, man.
Yes.
Yeah. But in these cases, this should actually be an example for those people wanting to go and live and work in this America. Right now, it is so uncertain, and it depends on the president on what your actual home is, on where your actual home is, because you're not there for permanent. You cannot be there for permanent. It can be revoked at any time. And that is not some way to live. Even if you are living by the rules, you are doing your visas on time, it still depends on what the president feels, what his agendas are.
Yes, that's the funny world that we live in. The truth is there is certain benefits. For example, when it comes to studying in the US, going to Harvard, they have better universities and all this stuff. Yes, we know. And those diplomas or degrees are well recognized. We know all that kind of part. But it is uncertain. Talking about uncertainty, even students, even from that Harvard, they're feeling that uncertainty right now because of the recklessness of Marco Rubio, who comes out here to also say, yeah, even if you are studying here, don't be so sure that your visa will remain. we can still come out here and revoke those freaking visas. You understand?
Exactly.
The lady from the U.S. State Department.
Yes.
I forgot her name. She also came out here saying, at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that the people who come to the U.S. actually come and study, which we understand. We understand all that. Do your thing, but I understand the uncertainties of the times we live in.
Yeah, and I just think this Trump administration is coming here at 2.0, at some sort of like, just getting it done and taking no holds, They're just taking no excuses.
Yes.
It's just they are being a bit rough.
And they're facing a lot of criticism even from Americans themselves. Yes, Trump's methods are a little bit too
aggressive.
There's something that you should notice about the Trump's administration. They always come out here very quickly with any principle, with any executive order to try to put certain measures in place very quickly, and then they start retracting after they hear the backlash, after they see the backlash from the public. Just like they came out here with the tariffs on China.
Yes.
145%, 145% increase. China was just like, this one is new in school. Xi Jinping. Can you imagine? Just look at the dynamic.
He just went in calm.
This Trump, this is his last administration. He can never run again. You are dealing with an individual who's been appointed to stay there for life. Xi Jinping has to stay there as the president of China for life. He will just take his freaking time until you are out of office. You understand?
Because he knows, people cannot do without me.
That's what Xi Jinping was just like, okay, let me just, because Trump comes out here and even while he's campaigning, he says shit like that particular war between Russia and Ukraine. I'll finish it in one day. In one day.
Look what happened.
They will purposely delay shit just so that you don't get it in one day. That's the reality, and that is the truth of what usually happens here. A lot of them know that he's on his way out.
Yeah.
This is still first year, so that's why he's rushing right now. But the thing is, just like you said, administrations change.
Yeah.
Everything he's putting in place can all be repealed at any time, which is also the beauty. It's like a beauty. It's like a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, it's putting the citizens as such a, it's just causing turmoil for the citizens.
Yes, but that's the world we live in. At the end of the day, I like that the superpowers of this world. Okay, this can be debated on many different issues. You can come out here and say US is not a superpower, but they are. It's a good thing that it's at least these people that come out here to say that we stand for democracy, even though we know there's holes here and there. There's corruption here and there. And at the end of the day, you want that, then a communist party, a communist country. Imagine if the communist country was the superpower.
Hey!
We don't want that shit.
No.
No. There's no freedom there. At least, so even at the end of the day, even if that is the case, you're still happy that it's a democratic country that's the superpower.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
But the democratic part of it all is the fact that it's so uncertain, and the fact that it's going from Democrat to Republican. Like, what is it going to be next? Is it if it's gonna continue as a Republican Party in the U.S., it might still be on the same wavelength for another 8 years.
Yes. At the end of the day, they can do whatever they want to do. That's fine. We don't really. We know that the leader of the U.S. Affects how we deal and all that kind of thing. Fine, no problemo. I don't give a crap whether it will be a Democrat or a Republican. Again, we just need to deal with our puppets and our issues here in Africa, so that we are in a better situation, or so that we know how to deal with these people, not to feel like our whole world will crumble if they come and sanction us here. What's the next country out of the 12 countries? Okay, mention the countries you mentioned. 12 countries restricted. from obtaining visas to go to the USA, says the orange man. You mentioned what?
Afghanistan,
Myanmar,
Chad, Republic of the Congo.
Not Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo. There's a difference, you chamber haze here. You have too much opinion. I bet you don't even know the difference between the DRC and that Republic of Congo. This one is already talking too much. Huh? The rule is coming out now. My coffee's finished. Listen, there's a difference between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Republic of Congo. There's a difference, okay? Democratic Republic of Congo is not part of the countries that are restricted to obtain a visa to go to that freaking US.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea is one of the countries here in West Africa where the vice president is the son of the president. The president of Equatorial Guinea has been in power for 45 years.
Oof.
He's a grandpa. He's a puppet of note for the West. It does nothing for the people of Equatorial Guinea. The most of Equatorial Guinea live in poverty. And also, Equatorial Guinea is also is the country here where they had an individual called Balthazar. Balthazar, who was the chief financial officer of a very high money laundering type of financial institution, who came out here with a major scandal.
Yes.
A major scandal of knacking all the high-profile wives of politicians there in Equatorial Guinea. That, in our opinion, Equatorial Guinea is a party town. It's a party town. If you don't know, now you know. Take it from us. We know. If you don't know, go research, do your thing. But we are not here to lie to you. We are here to tell you the truth. That's our opinion. That's our view. We give you our opinion. We give you our views. And then we aim to influence you. We're not out here to ask you questions. What do you think? You guys let me know in the comment section. No, we're telling you here.
Yes.
What is the next country?
Eritrea.
Eritrea. You know, during the Miss Universe,
Yes.
Miss Universe from Eritrea was nice, huh?
She was beautiful.
She was beautiful. And Eritrea also has a nice president there, but he's also been there for some time.
I think they're also pretty quiet. They're just sticking to their status quo.
Those are some of the countries that have submitted to
Whatever rule.
Western rule.
Yes.
Yeah, some of those countries that have just come out here and thrown their hands up and say, you can do with us as you pleased. Like Djibouti.
Yes.
Djibouti also has a president that has been there for decades. And that particular Djibouti is so tiny, so small in the Horn of Africa here, because of its strategic location. A lot of people like to come out here and do with Djibouti what they want to do with Djibouti.
Yay.
Whatever happens in Djibouti must stay in Djibouti.
Yay.
They treat it like Las Vegas like that. And by that, I don't mean the hanky-panky of what you used to during the weekend. I'm talking about foreign military bases that come there, that come to Djibouti and just put their own base.
So Djibouti has no government, I feel. It's just a mixture of different countries saying what's going to happen here.
Yes. Anyway, that has just brought another thing for me to say here because I have a genius brain. Yes, I do. But you like that, right? That's why you're here. Please like and subscribe. It's all in good gist. It's just fun talk here. Valuetainment. So many freaking bases in Djibouti. But there's also the US base there.
Yes.
And it's this Michael Langley, when he was having Michael Langley is the commander of AFRICOM. When he had his interview in Kenya, in Nairobi, with Citizen TV, about 10 to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
10 days to 2 weeks ago. Yes, he said, we cannot have Africa militarized. We can't have it militarized. But you freaking Michael Langley, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I get you.
There are US bases here and there, and they're doing everything in their utmost freaking power to get back into the Sahel region. They were just kicked out of Niger, kicked out of Burkina Faso, out of those three countries that are part of the Confederation in West Africa. And now they want to talk about shit like we can't have Africa militarized.
But they are militarizing by creating all of these military bases. I mean, you say that you don't want boots on the ground, but a military base in a country is boots on the ground.
We don't want any boots on the ground that belongs to China or Russia or Turkey. Only US boots on the ground. When we say we don't want Africa to be militarized, we mean other nations. It should be by default that when you see American boots on the ground,
We are there for peacekeeping.
it should be acceptable.
Nonsense.
According to that Haas Negro.
That has Negro, that boots on the ground from America has mostly caused the nonsense that is happening in Africa.
Look, at the end of the day, when America decides to come out here and act like America and cause chaos in Africa, they don't need boots on the ground. When they did that in Libya, there were no boots on the ground. They used their freaking allies through NATO to do those freaking crazy invasions and look at Libya today, basically.
Yeah.
Let's not go into that too much. There's plenty of podcasts here you guys can listen to. But
Yes.
Libya, talking about Libya is also one of the countries
Libya's on the list.
that's part of the 12 countries that's been restricted here. But Donald Trump. Libya, anyway, Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, you guys know about Libya. If you don't know about Libya, shame on you. If you don't know about Libya, shame on you. If you don't know that the US came out here to push wrong freaking narrative and use that house puppet Negro, former president of Barack Obama, to conduct those crazy ass invasions, and look at Libya today, shame on you if you don't know that.
My goodness.
And this is why we Pan-Africanists are so completely vocal when it comes to our Capitan in Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. When we hear Michael Langley of African to come out here and push wrong narratives, we stand up here unapologetically and denounce these acts, because we know first they push a freaking wrong narrative and then they act.
They first try to put a wrong narrative
They
around.
don't try.
They just say it and just accept it. Yeah.
You want me to prove to you that the US never tries to push a wrong narrative and that they actually do it? They come out here blunt, like black and white,
Yes.
and say the wrong thing. We call it push a wrong narrative, but that's a subtle way of pushing it.
Yeah.
They come out here and say something as wrong as there's a genocide against white people in South Africa when there's nothing. And they don't give a crap.
About the fallout. They don't care as long as they are doing what they want to do.
They don't give a crap if only about 5 to 8 white South African Boers, farmers, lost their lives in 2024. If those numbers are only 5 to 8, they'll come out here and say, there are thousands. That's not trying to push a narrative.
This road is full of graves. Dead bodies are there.
Yes, they are being unalived. I mean, it's crazy. So we have to conduct a reset. We have to create a resettlement act, a refugee resettlement act for. We don't care whether they are black or white. It doesn't matter to me. But we're not going to Congo. Don't you dare ask for us to go to Congo and get some people there.
No way.
Only whites, these white South Africans, we don't care whether they are black or white. There's just being unalive there. I mean, thousands. So we're going to look at that.
But look at that, man. You're creating the nonsense.
Look here. If that white G-side in South Africa was true, like Donald Trump was claiming for it to be true, he wouldn't have reset the relations with South Africa like he did.
Yeah.
He would have said, Cyril Ramaphosa, after seeing this video, please leave the White House. We are not resetting. But no. They went to the back.
They spoke about their Gulf.
And Elon Musk got pissed off that these relations got freaking reset. And that's why he left the freaking government. Because it was Elon Musk in the freaking first place who was putting this in Donald Trump's ear. Because Elon Musk gets along very well with those white supremacists in South Africa. Those people who are all out here to push this wrong narrative and ideology into Donald Trump, for Donald Trump to come out here and do all this thing.
Yeah.
Now that the relationships are still reset, the Cyril Ramaphosa, president of South Africa, came out here and acted with class. Although we wanted him to
Be a bit more.
defend our dignity as South Africans. We wanted the president of South Africa to defend. We never said pick an argument. We never said fight the guy. We know that South Africa needs America. But we were just saying, for the morale and for the spirit of the people of South Africa, you, Cyril Ramaphosa, you should have said something. You should have said, no, Mr. Orange Man, this is not, with all due respect, this is not a call to action. To unalive the Boer. This is a struggle song, and it was not even written by that individual of a Julius Malema.
Yes.
It was not written by him. This song was written by Peter Mokoba.
Yes.
back in the days when Chris Honey was unalived and taken out and at his funeral. So, Mr. President, but I understand where you are coming from. You have certain concerns, Mr. Trump. I don't think we should do this in front of the media. When we meet for our lunch, we will be happy to take you through all these things. But this particular struggle song has been deliberated upon in the highest court of the land of South Africa.
Yes.
And so therefore, I cannot just arrest the guy like you're suggesting. But we hear what you're saying. Our main purpose of this visit here today to the White House as the South African delegation is to reset our bilateral relationships and to just make sure that we continue on with our great relationships. America and South Africa has had long-standing decades. We go back decades with these relationships. There are 600 companies of the U.S. in South Africa, and there are 22 South African companies in the U.S. So there's a relationship there that must be maintained. With all due respect, sir. He was supposed to at least do that.
Yes. But he didn't do any of that. He basically just sat there and made funny faces. But in the end, he got what he wanted to do. He reset the relations, yes. But that obviously angered Mr. Blue-Eyed Elon Musk.
That relationship just went sour out of nowhere.
Just out
Trump
of the
and
blue.
Musk.
Yes.
Yeah.
He went to the press conference. He came there with a black eye that apparently he got from his son, whatever. And then next day, Trump's bill is disgusting.
He never said Trump is bill. He says the Republican bill.
There we go. The Republican bill is disgusting.
Yeah, every single Republican who voted for this freaking bill should be ashamed of himself. I cannot do this any longer. That is an abomination. Use big words. My friend, Musk, please. You have never been a true South African. You were born there, fine. But you've never acted like you cared about South Africa, so we don't give a crap about Starling. I'm just pissed off that they reduced that BEE, they altered that BEE to allow him to operate Starling in South Africa, because we know that you will use that Starling or that communication facility or ability for your own advantage.
Yes, you just try to become a bit more richer.
Let me read this, Cynthia. Cynthia Cameron. Well-spoken, upright man. Mama Cynthia from South Carolina. Hillary Clinton is done with me. Oh. Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
We need a third party. Yes, you need a third party in that America.
In that US.
No reparations, so America has no say. Justice. Yes, yes. Some of that reparation, they pay reparation through aid. They call it aid instead of calling it a reparation. No, it's not reparation, man. It's not aid, it's reparation. You must call it what it is.
You must say, I'm giving back to this country because this is what I owe them. Hey,
Yes.
imagine the Europeans say, or Americans say something like that.
Because this is what I owe them.
Yeah, this is what I owe them.
There's no countries that Americans came out here to colonize in Africa and all that kind of stuff, but there are other countries there. But they played a role in Liberia there.
Yeah.
Not Liberia there also. So, but anywho, talking about reparation and aid, it's in Namibia where Germany came out here to say, we acknowledge the atrocities that we caused in Namibia.
In that 1907 G-side.
Yes, in the 1907 G-side, between 1904 and 1908, that period where over 100,000 indigenous Namibians were violently and brutally taken out by those freaking Germans.
Massacred, honestly.
Yes, by those freaking Germans.
In weird ways. I mean,
We're not racist, but we call you freaking when you act freaking. Yes.
You act freaking.
Yeah, when you act freaking, at least we're saying freaking.
Yes.
We're not using the other one. You understand?
Yes.
So actually, in 2021, Germany came out here to acknowledge and say, yes, it was a G-side.
We apologize
We
to
apologize.
the descendants.
Yes, and for that, we promise to give you 1.1 billion euros in the form of aid.
What in the form of aid? Give us the money, man. We'll
What do you
do
mean in
with
the
it
form
what
of
we
aid?
want.
What do you mean in the form of aid? Take this little freaking word aid out of this. It's reparation. If you are truly sorry, if you truly acknowledge your wrongdoings, just give us what you owe us. You understand? Don't make it sound as if you're doing us a favor.
Yeah.
Don't make it sound as if you're out here as a humanitarian with a kind heart. No, you are a German. And you have funny tendencies.
But that the word aid, when it comes to any country giving something to Africa, it's just aid. Aid. Sometimes you don't need your help. We just give us, if you want to give a money as a gift, give.
As much as I condemn African puppets for coming out here and wanting aid, I also understand where some of them come out here and want to say it's reparation, actually, Patrick. We just accept their terminologies, because if we don't, we'll be fighting with them and they will never actually give us the money. Let's just say aid. At the end of the day, let the notification hit my freaking thing here, man. Aid.
Let the money first land.
Yes, this is also okay. We have a sense of humor. Let's bring in something here, uncensored. Okay, this is why also sometimes the reputation that certain Nigerians have. They call them Yahoo boys, especially the black boys. They come out here and they do whatever they can do to get some money. Some of them, they operate under the principle of we black folks, they look down on us. They've done a lot of crap to us, and there are no opportunities for us. I mean, look at these restrictions put by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We can't do anything. Our puppets are corrupt. So we were just born into this system where life is unfair. As a black guy, some of these Nigerian young boys, they'll just be like, what's the best way we can actually fulfill our needs? I'll do everything in my utmost freaking power to always come out here with money.
Yeah.
With money.
To get that money in my account.
I'll get that money. Can you blame that guy?
Come hello, high water.
We're not using any names. We're not condoning anything, okay? Keep your thoughts to yourself, okay? But if you have a sense of humor, bear with us for a second and follow along.
They will use their creativity to the utmost and
because they're being insulted for having no creativity.
Yeah.
Those freaking panels in UK, Good Morning England.
Good Morning Britain.
Good Morning Britain, that freaking show by Carol Malone. If you don't know it, Good Morning Britain by Carol Malone, she said colonization had benefits, right? We said no, stop your freaking ways. You just imposed your way of life on the African people. They had their own way. She even said they had no creativity. So the black guy would just be like, not the black guy, these particular individuals, not all black Nigerians, take it easy. These particular people that do certain things that aren't right. They are not right. It's not good to do funny things, okay? Disclaimer. But they'll say to themselves, they even say we don't have any creativities.
Yeah.
They insult us. They say we can't travel there. They put a restriction. We're always looked down on. We're being freaking profiled left, right, and center. I will get that money.
Yeah, no matter if I'm a doctor, I'm saving lives every day. You're profiling me. Ha.
Even when I'm driving in a nice car and I have a suit on, even if I have a white wife, I'm still looked at like,
there's that black guy.
You. What you doing with that one?
Does she have money?
So is she the one giving you money? Is she the one giving you opportunity zones? Is it her connections or her contacts? You. Where did you study? Where you from? So anyway, these particular boys, they just say to themselves, I will do everything in my utmost power to get that money. And when I get that money, I'll wear the biggest freaking chain. I'll pop champagne. I'll buy the flyest cars. And I'll only date white girls. Do you remember that time? When that movement of Black Lives Matter was going crazy?
Yes.
And there were protests in America. The black folks came out here protesting. There was some black guys who had banners that said stuff like, a black guy, holding a banner, and it said, your daughters love every inch about us. Why don't you?
Oh my God.
You understand that mentality?
That's creativity.
That's like, yo, listen to what that boy is saying. Listen to what that nigga is saying, that ninja. You understand what I'm saying? Huh? Your daughters love every inch.
They use inch.
You the one with creativity.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, you the white guy, so you use your imagination on that. Black Lives Matter. That was fun. Anywho. Sorry, we digress. We're always all over the place. Sometimes we let the spirit lead. Okay, welcome to the channel. Okay, so that was Equatorial Guinea.
Yes.
Yes. What other countries are there?
There's Haiti.
Haiti. But they did not put restrictions on Kenya, because Kenya, the African country, sent the Kenyans to go and fight in Haiti.
Yes.
A deal made by the US. So Kenya, you are being a great puppet. What, William Ruto?
Yes.
You allowed your police Kenyans to go and fight a gang in Haiti. So we will not put a restriction on Kenya. Kenyans can travel here anytime. Okay? You don't have to worry about that, Kenya. William Ruto already worked for you. Kenya will not be a part of these 12 countries that are restricted to come to the US. Yes. But they put on Haiti.
They put on Haiti, yes. And then there is Iran. Okay, we can understand. We can understand that one.
I don't understand. I don't understand. What is this normality of understanding that Iran is a bad guy?
No, I'm not saying Iran like all citizens are, but we can understand why they want to put it there. But
I don't.
It's that vetting process and that profiling. It's the same as what they're doing with Africa.
I don't understand why they put Iran there. Iran is a great country. What has Iran done to my Congo?
No, nothing.
So that's what I'm saying. Use your own mind here. You know, we are the types of individuals, we are not easily laid by the masses. I don't give a crap if the whole world comes out here and says, you are a bad person. I will only treat you or judge you or relate with you based on how you treat me. Do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. I will not do unto you as you have done unto others. No, only what you do unto me. So if the US comes out here and says Iran, so what? I can also come out here and say US. Who's been benefiting from all that looting, all those atrocities in the Democratic Republic of Congo? Who's been benefiting from that? It's not Iran, it's the West. So we can also come out here and say this particular country starts off more wars than it can put out. It likes to come out here and act like the freaking high moral compass of the whole freaking world, democracy, and we are such righteous people. These people are wrong. But, Wena, look at Libya today.
It's that this is why I like what Namibia president has done. You America, you are telling people that we have to, no more visa on arrival for America.
Yes.
Yes, we are doing it for you also.
So you can come out here and say 12 countries are restricted
You
from
also
coming to the US.
Yes.
Hey, Namibia, well done. You are right to do what you had done. They must also need visa to come here. Yes, they must.
We also have a right to reserve. We also want to profile. No. You're not worthy of coming into our country.
Actually, what Namibia said was, whatever countries we deal with, if it's not like a give and take relationship, we'll put it on you also.
Yeah.
None of this with normality, like I said before. None of this obvious case of thinking because I'm an African country, you're supposed to get a visa on arrival. Some of these Americans have the audacity to decide the night before they come to Africa. Enough of that shit when it comes to Namibia.
There's no more free roaming for you guys. Africa is not just free for all. We need to also put our own things in place and for you guys to respect it, the Americans to respect it.
Yes, so that was Haiti.
Yes.
What did you say?
Libya.
Libya, we mentioned Libya.
Somalia.
Somali, I'm sorry about what's going on there. Somaliland, there's a lot of things happening there. Ethiopia, the Horn of Africa, Egypt. Ooh, there's too many warlords there. Everybody wants territory. Everybody wants to fight like this. And then this one, he's been there. He's been fighting there in that Somalia. This is America.
Yeah.
It's not very obvious that it's out here saying they cannot fly. We know you have interest there.
And then there is Sudan
Yes, same people.
and Yemen.
Yemen, of course, Yemen is there. Because Yemen shows them balls. Yemen, such a small country.
Shows them balls.
Yes, it shows America balls. Yemen, I respect Yemenis because they have everything to lose. Like, they don't have any capability, really. But those soldiers have so much heart.
Yes.
They were even out here fighting. The reason why they create all of that barrier in the Red Sea is because they don't like what's being done to Palestine there.
Yeah.
But this freaking America is out here supporting this Zionist nation that's out here creating atrocities. Still this day, that freaking place is doing that. So the Yemenis, look, leave them alone. Don't give a crap, man.
It's because they disagree with what they are doing. That is why they are on that list.
This US will still come out here on TV and still say what they're doing, it's destabilizing trade. We don't give a freaking... The whole freaking trade system can go up somebody's asshole. You analyzing people down there, man.
Yes.
You know, there's certain... I'm also the type sometimes, huh? If we were in a social setting and some major wrong thing was happening to an individual that cannot defend themselves.
Yeah.
And I wanted that to stop. But nobody wants to acknowledge that wrongdoing. And they want to let that situation go on. There will come a time since I say social setting, I can go to the DJ booth and switch off the music. You understand what I'm saying?
Enough.
Everybody stop having fun for a second here. Some people are being, that guy over there, where's his drinks? He ordered
30 minutes ago.
He ordered a freaking hour ago. But these people walked in here, they're already popping champagnes here and their names are on the freaking screen. Switch off this freaking music.
Is it because I'm black?
Yeah, it's unfair here. That's what Yemen is doing in the Red Sea. Yemen is out here saying, everybody stop freaking trading. It's not good, that G-side that's happening over there.
Yeah. And, actually the whole restrictions, the reason for these restrictions that in Trump's mind is because of some attack that happened within Colorado, I think.
Colorado?
Or was it Colorado?
I don't know.
There was
saying it.
There was someone who threw a bomb, an oil bomb at something, and this person was from Egypt.
Oh, no, I don't think this is the main reason why. There's a number of reasons why Trump did this. Because even in his campaign, he spoke about mass deportation.
Yeah.
So it's all part of that thing, this restriction. You can't be there can't be a mass deportation act here or an ideology or an action here, but still people are coming in like crazy. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's not just because of that one isolated event.
But it came so fast after that. This whole proclamation.
Maybe that just said, but we don't know about that thing, man. That's nothing. How many people were unalive?
Didn't say, yeah.
We don't know, so it's not like a crazy thing there. We know Trump to do this because even in 2016, he came out here, said, no more Muslims.
Very fast.
Yes. What's the other country? Let's speed real quick here so I can read here.
That was the 12 with a full...
Okay. The 12 countries restricted, bang.
Yes.
Things to take away there. Okay, we're not shocked about Sudan. We're not shocked about Somalia. We're not shocked about Libya. Okay, we know the relationship between the U.S. and them. And we are shocked about Haiti, yes. But also another fun fact for you guys to remember, Republic of Congo is not Democratic Republic of Congo. So you remember that. If you are from the DRC, why do you even want to go to the US? Just relax, man. You need to fix your country first. Forget this freaking US. It's because everybody likes to go to this freaking US so much that the US has a freaking big head to come out here and try to disrupt people's day.
Yes.
I wasn't supposed to do this freaking live stream today, but I decided to just do it because everybody's talking about restriction. Oh, Patrick, your country, Democratic Republic of Congo. Hey, it's not Democratic Republic of Congo. It's Congo Republic. There's a difference. Know your freaking history.
Yes, man.
Yes, that's why we did this live stream today. But we still love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow also.
Yeah.
Anywho, let me just read fast here. Okay. Let me switch this guy on, because it will be better if I hold this thing here. Bear with the rules, bear with the rules, bear with the rules. Not you. Let me go here. Okay. Just listen, please, my people. Okay, let me do it like this. Let me hold this guy. This guy is better if I hold. Refresh first. Okay. There we go. Let me hold this guy here. Let's go like this. Okay. Fix Haiti before you try to fix America. I have 100 accounts. You can ban me. I just come back.
What?
Shut up. Why are you asking people to ban you?
Why?
You looking for attention or what? Or are you talking about Trump? Do you want to go to the US? What is your problem? Pregnant women detection. Oh my gosh. Okay, block. Can you block that individual?
Yeah.
You can. Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay. Let me block him. When you come back.
No, you are spamming this thing, man.
Yeah. When you come back, let us know if it's you. Then we'll block that one too. Bye.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Small little boy. Some people are just out here definitively acting stupid.
Yeah, it's not necessary to be...
Let me just go and act stupid.
Yeah.
I never said anything about banning him, but he just comes back. He just came with, you can ban me, but I have...
You put it on yourself. You put it there.
This must be the type of despicable humans that Marco Rubio said they need to remove from the
No.
US.
So these types of humans were removed from the live.
Yes, because he's coming out here to just do that for himself.
Yes.
Who's this one also?
Come on, people. It's the same person.
Kelly, whatever. Yeah, same person. Okay, you can just be hiding them. We don't need stupid individuals out here. I don't know why they're just out here to... I think this is how they tried to sabotage some people's accounts, because they don't like the truth that they are receiving. You know what I mean? And this is how they look for attention also, because nobody's acknowledging these people. You understand what I mean? There's again, that's another account.
Please, my guy.
And another one. So what do we do with this freaking fool here?
You cannot disrupt people's lives like this.
So he just comes with this stupidity because he wants attention. Anywho. Okay, let me read here.
Yeah.
This one will get his way. Look at that. Try to...
Yeah.
Okay, use the other one, because this one is a freaking little boy here. He's pissing the rules off, actually. And he's happy if I get pissed off at him. Let me put it this way. It's disrupting the life, the flow. The people want to hear me. You know, he doesn't have 100. Like he said, I have 100 accounts. If you ban this one, I'll just come back. He doesn't have 100.
No, he doesn't.
He had only 5. He had only 5, and this is him also. Yes, I do. See that? Who the freaking hell is this?
Okay, it's...
Can you do that? Just be deleting them, huh? I mean, just be blocking those stupid accounts while I go on.
Yeah.
You can be a part of the conversation too, but just treat him like a side piece. You see what I'm saying? Yes, treat that George like a side piece. Timeline. Okay. January 20th was when Donald Trump became president.
Yes.
In his second term. The guy. President Trump signed Executive Order 14161. Titled Protecting the United States from Foreign Terrorists and Other National Security and Public Safety Threats, directing federal agencies to enhance vetting procedures and assess security risk associated with foreign nationals. That was on January 20th. So even on January 20th, he came out already making sure that, wait a minute, we need to change the way that we vet these people.
Yes.
We need to increase the vetting process of this.
But
Because a lot of freaking foreign national illegal aliens here.
But you can also understand why they want to clean up their country. Yes, there's a lot of nonsense happening and things like that. But I just think the way that he's doing it, like I said earlier, it's very aggressive.
You have to be aggressive to get rid of illegal aliens.
I suppose so. But it's just like, I think it's just time to
Come on, speak, man. You thinking about this guy.
No, I'm not thinking about this guy.
Don't think about him. It's time. No, it's not being aggressive. You see, if I had a country and there was a bunch of lunatics around, I'll do everything in my utmost power that before I even come there, just like I was in that position, I'll say this is what I'm coming to deal with. You know, and so just to get people to already stop thinking of coming. Because, some people plan
ahead.
Yes. Some people are already planning to do, they don't plan, I'll go tomorrow.
It's months in advance.
Look at what Ukraine did to Russia now.
Spiderweb.
Operation what? Operation
Spiderweb.
Spiderweb. Apparently, Operation Spiderweb's been in the making for over a year. They were planning this for over a year.
And then in that year, Zelensky is busy traveling, making it seem like I don't have a plan. I'm asking for help. I'm asking for this. I'm going to this country, begging.
And he's there talking about this is what we will do. Negotiation peace. He travels to the freaking White House, try to act as if he wants peace and all that kind of thing. Meanwhile, even when that freaking Zelensky was sitting in the White House, he knows that he had Operation Spiderweb up his freaking sleeve.
Trucks were already going into Russia.
So even when the orange man was coming out here to say, you don't have any cards. Zelensky was sitting there saying, I don't have any cards, huh?
That's why he was saying that thing about the ocean. He's like, just wait, huh?
Just wait, you have beautiful ocean here. And so Zelensky was already sitting there, I don't have any cards. I have freaking trucks already inside Russia with freaking drones, over 400 of them. And when the time is right, since you people keep looking at me as comedian Zelensky, I'll make sure that I ignite the shit and the shit hits the fan so that every single freaking one of you can take me with some respect. Treat me with some respect out here. That's what Zelensky said.
That's why he said, it's okay, man. I don't need to stay for this lunch or this meeting. I'm going to go.
You don't have any cards. No, listen, you've done a lot of talking now. You don't have any cards. Who has the lost laugh now? It's Zelensky, huh? They came out here laughing at him. But he showed them that, listen here, I can think ahead. Now they are all scrambling and they are thinking and they're saying, wait a minute, this little comedian is sneaky, huh?
Yes.
He's sneaky because whatever he did not even cost him much. He came out here to do something like that. Did they really take out a third of their bombers? If it's a third, that just made Russia go down the list when it comes to, on an international level, when you want to compare these nukes and compare these different countries. Yeah. You look at their capability that way.
Yes.
So you're going to say to yourself, ooh, okay. If it's a third, even America would be happy. Even China would be happy. Anybody that doesn't like freaking Russia here would be happy. We say, Zelensky, well done. So now we know more or less how much they have. You took out 40. Nice one.
Nice.
Yeah.
You crippled them.
This is what we've always wanted you to do. Yeah, because that's why we chose you to use you as a proxy. It's la vérité. Hein? So since January 20th, Donald Trump already came out here with his ideology. Even during his campaign, he was already for this mission where he would just make sure that it's mass deportation. At the same time, we have to put restrictions in place here so that people don't easily come to the greatest country in the world. Yes. So you people should not be shocked by this announcement, this executive order of restricting 12 countries, full restrictions, and these other 7 countries. What are the 7 countries actually? The 7 countries with partial restriction to this executive order by the orange man are Burundi, stop right there. Please, thank you. Burundi is a very small country in Africa between, it's next to Rwanda, okay? It neighbors with Rwanda. It also doesn't like Paul Kagame from Rwanda. It also came out here to say that Rwanda has plans to attack us. Yes, we know that for sure. Burundi, also a border to the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's one of those countries in the Great Lakes.
Yes.
You know? And Uganda is also right there. That's Burundi. They speak a little bit of Francais.
Yes, they do. And then it is Cuba.
You know Cuba. Next.
Laos.
Laos, yeah.
Yes.
Next.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone is in West Africa. That's where they shot that movie Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio. Sierra Leone. Yes.
How would they?
They are so rich in natural resources, also diamonds and all that stuff. Been to Sierra Leone a lot, also love Sierra Leone so much. If you go, there's a lot of gold and there's a lot of diamonds. Sierra Leone is also one of those countries where the first lady of Sierra Leone, who was married to Julius, the president of Sierra Leone, came out here to say, we have no control. The first lady of Sierra Leone, we have no control. What's her name? Barbara?
No, it's Fatima.
Barbara or Fatima, I don't remember for sure. But what did he say now?
It's Fatima. I think it's Fatima for sure.
Yes, she came out here to say, we Sierra Leonean people, we are not in charge of our natural resources. When these foreign companies come out here to take our natural resources, they give us not even 1% of it, of the value of those resources that they're taking. We need help.
Yeah.
We cannot be proud. We cannot build our own economy.
It's not benefiting to Sierra Leone people.
At all.
At all, yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's go to, all right. On March 14th, 2025, a draft list of 43 countries is released, right? Categorizing them into 3 tiers: red tier, orange tier, and yellow tier, based on perceived security risks and cooperation levels. June 4th being yesterday.
Yes, the day they announced the proclamation.
Yes, President Trump signs a proclamation enforcing travel restrictions on 12 countries and partially restrictions on 7 others. On June 9th is when this particular executive order that placed restrictions on these 19 countries will come into effect. On June 9th. June 9th, 2025, the travel ban officially takes effect. So
they still have time, and it doesn't apply to everyone. If they're in the country and their visa status are up to date, they are still okay. But it only applies to those ones that are there with overstay. That they must leave.
You can be whoever's got it takes effect on June 9th. No more issuance. We're not talking about the people that are in the US.
Yeah.
Those ones must still follow the procedures of a decent human being that's not out here to overstay in other people's countries, and they must leave.
Yes.
If they decide to stay longer and become illegal immigrants there, they shall face the penalties. You understand? But we, from the 9th of June, as the United States, we are actually not even going to take in any visa applications. They should remove that from their freaking websites, so people don't come out here and apply.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Otherwise, they'll just get that fee for nothing.
That's where they gain.
Most of most of these countries make a lot of money, especially the Schengen people. They make a lot of money just from visa denial application. Because when you apply, you pay a fee, application fee.
Yes.
It's non-refundable. Whether we give you a visa or not, this particular 80 euros is non-refundable. And so Schengen makes millions of euros
Yes.
per year just from visa rejection application. Just from those reject applications. Anyway, we're going to go into that in a little bit, but let's keep going on here real quick. Some of the countries, yes, so we've mentioned all these countries. They are, again, if you don't know, the 12 countries, because you people don't, a lot of you people read. We respect you people. But for those that will end up watching this particular video, we need to mention these 12 countries again because they don't read.
No.
So we've taken the time to stand up here and read for them. We have energy. We don't mind. Citizens from the following countries are barred from entering the U.S. Afghanistan, Chad, Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is different to Guinea-Bissau. You must read the fine print. Okay? Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, not Iraq.
There's even different pronunciations, man.
But you know, this is English.
Yes.
Some people don't know these languages, you know? So, yeah. Libya, Myanmar, Republic of Congo, not DRC, not Democratic Republic of Congo. Republic of Congo.
Yes.
Yes. Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Countries facing partial restrictions. The 7 countries facing partial restrictions announced by the Orange Man as of June 4th, 2025 are Burundi, a country in Africa in the southern part, SADC,
Yes.
in the Great Lakes, borders Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Cuba, you know Cuba. If you smoke cigars,
You must know.
you must know Cuba. If you don't know Cuba, you should only be less than 10 years old. If you're on this life, everybody here should know what is Cuba.
Yes.
If you don't know, take this as a sign, please, to take interest in geography,
To know what's going on.
to know what's going on.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much for being here. We respect all of you. We know that most of you guys are responsible, decent folks who come out here and aim to know things in life. And you understand my sense of humor. You know that this is value attainment. Yes. It's not to insult you. Yes. Sierra Leone, partial restriction. Sierra Leone, West Coast of Africa. It's down there somewhere. Freetown is the capital. Banana Island, that also played a crazy part during slavery. There's a famous tree, the cotton tree, in Sierra Leone. Very, very historical place. If you ever want to visit Sierra Leone, yeah, you won't be disappointed. It's extremely beautiful there also.
Yes.
Yes, there are similarities there between the people, even in the language that they speak. A little bit like they speak a little bit of a broken English like Nigerian, but there's a difference there. Togo is also in there in West Africa there. Turkmenistan, I don't know where that country is.
Turkmenistan, yes.
And then Venezuela. Oof.
Venezuela, the one where the despicable humans they sent back.
Yeah, we don't want. So that's that also. Exceptions apply to U.S. green card holders. If you are U.S. green card holders, dual nationals using passports from non-banned countries, diplomats, athletes, special immigrant visas, holders in certain firmly-based visa application. Okay. No problemo. Justification and legal framework regarding this restriction. The Trump administration cites national security concerns as the primary jurisdiction for the travel ban. National security risks. Of course. What other possible reason could you have?
Of course, because it's just about their national security. You want to protect your people. Yeah, we get that. But, you're just profiling these people. You should do a proper vetting system. That's right. Yes. But I don't think you should just stop it for everyone.
You shouldn't. You can because it's your country. But legal frameworks. Okay. Where are we? Specific reasons include for this restriction on these 12 countries and partial restrictions on these 7 countries. Specific reasons for this ban. Security vetting deficiencies. That's on you. Okay, they want to blame themselves also. It's because our agencies don't do proper vetting on these nationals, especially these nationals. Also because these particular nationals, these countries that we've put restrictions on, they don't have proper personnel for us to do proper background checks.
Like to go back and forth and say, okay, find out a bit more about this person, your country. No.
The freaking phone, it keeps ringing in the Sudan. Nobody's picking up the freaking phone. Burundi, I call that guy's speaking broken French. I thought they spoke French from France. What kind of French is this? You understand? That's what they're trying to say here.
Yes.
When they're saying deficiency in vetting them. They're trying to blame those particular countries. You people don't have proper systems in place. We call, you don't pick up. It was Monday, it was 9 a.m., you still don't pick up.
Yes.
So we need to make sure that we put you on the freaking list.
You people are just taking it easy there.
It's too risky to allow you nationals of Libya to come. And some of you look like Muammar Gaddafi. We're not sure if it's him. We never know with you people. It's true.
We need that. We need that vetting process. We need a continuous dialogue.
Yes, I'm watching the NBA Finals tonight. I'm a basketball player. Thank you very much. I hope that question was genuine. Yes, I am, and I want the Oklahoma City Thunder to win. They will win the NBA championships 2025. They will beat the Indiana Pacers. Oh, I'm waiting for that game. It'll be a great game. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. We love you very much here. We are light-hearted. Don't take everything seriously. The Pacers will win? America first. Yeah, you think so? I think it'll be the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The Pacers.
Those Oklahoma City Thunders are not playing any games, and they're very quick, especially in transition. Ooh, they can come out here shooting threes, all of them.
Really?
Yeah. That Indiana Pacers, they have the MVP in a guy I like, Siakam, the MVP. He's doing very well right now, that's Siakam. He's actually doing very well than he did in Toronto. I think he played for Toronto, right? For Raptors. He played for Raptors once. Yeah, but now you know. I'm a basketball fan too. That's because I played basketball for the national team of South Africa. Man of many talent. Who knows? Politics to sport. We do our thing. Subscribe, please. Thank you very much. Thumbs up, please, thumbs up. And subscribe. Become a member and do the needful.
Do the needful.
We appreciate you. So, some of the reasons why some of these countries have restrictions on them, like number one, like I've read, security vetting deficiencies. The administration argues that the affected countries lack adequate security protocols to properly vet their citizens.
That I can agree with. They don't have proper protocols.
That's what we've just discussed.
Yes.
Recent security incidents. A terrorist attack in Boulder,
yes,
Colorado, allegedly committed by an Egyptian national with an expired visa, is used to underscore the need for stricter immigration controls. So this goes to what you said now.
Yes.
You said this is also one of the reasons that prompted the orange man.
They fast-tracked it for him just to say, okay, this happened on Sunday. Monday, let's discuss how we can put this into action. Tuesday, it hits, it can go.
Can you Google real quick, how many casualties in this particular attack in Colorado for it to have prompted the orange man to come out here and make such a tough executive order, to sign such a tough executive order to restrict countries. Any casualties to this particular terrorist attack by this Egyptian national that overstayed? So we must blame Egypt.
But Egyptian is not on the list. Egypt is not on the list.
Yeah, but it was an Egyptian national.
Yes, overstay. But he was also I think the reason why is because he was the bombing went to protests who were protesting against the things happening in Gaza. So it was against Israel.
Jonathan is a nice person, huh? He's always on here.
Yeah, Jonathan is a regular. Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, my guy? Appreciate you, man. That evil man unalived his 3 daughters. Ooh, that evil overstayed...
This Egyptian guy.
That's what he's talking about. That evil overstayed Egyptian national that did that attack in Colorado, apparently also unalived his 3 daughters.
Oof.
That is insane.
It was 12 people that were injured.
What about anybody went to heaven?
I see.
You see, that is a good gesture that I'm saying, huh?
Yeah?
I'm talking about heaven
Yes.
for them, if they were anybody. You know? Send him back. That particular one must be sent back.
Yeah, man.
Not the Egyptian, the quiet man. I don't know which is the quiet man. Okay, not the Egyptian, but I don't know who's the quiet man.
The Kuwait.
Cute, wait. Okay, let me go on here for a second. Another reason why the Orange Man decided to put the restrictions on these 12 countries, full restrictions on these 12 countries that include Libya, Equatorial Guinea, Somalia, Sudan, Chad, Togo, Iran, Afghanistan, Yemen, is visa overstay rates. High rates of visa overstays from certain countries are highlighted as a contributing factor to the decision. You people, when you go on holiday, you forget about your life that you had in your original country.
Yes.
And you come to this particular USA and stay forever.
You think this is the place to be.
And you start to neck our women. You bring in more kids that now have green cards because they were born here. And as a result, we need to consider your stay here also. You people are too slick. You guys have ambitions that last decades and lifetimes here.
Because they've made all their plans. They are going to stay there. I'm just going to buy this tourist visa one way and then khalas.
So us as America, when you, Austin, say that you want to come to America for a holiday, we need to think for you. We need to think, why does he want to come to America? Is it really truly just for tourist holiday? Or does he want to come to America to stay here for 3 decades?
Hey.
We need to put a restriction on this particular Chad country, this Togo. Yes, we don't trust whatever they are writing in their applications here.
Yeah.
We'll give them visa because he had great statements. This particular guy even had 2 million.
But is that 2 million real? We know that people in Africa, they can doctor statements.
No, let's assume it was real. That's another conversation. Let's not go there. It's real. You had everything perfect. Everything perfect.
Yes.
You were a CEO, you're an entrepreneur, you have everything, and you had hotel reservation. You were staying at the Waldorf Astoria. You proved everything. Because this is a category in itself that says that overstay rate. So that means the person actually got their visa and they were in the US.
Yes.
But they decided to overstay.
Yes.
So we are assuming, let's take the case of the person that overqualified because he happened to overstay. So they're saying we need to just block this country from coming into here.
Yeah.
Because the overstay rate of these particular countries. How many people are overstays? Okay, there's 100 people here. Out of this 100, there's 24 Somali.
Yeah.
This is a trend in the fabric of their veins.
This is what they do. They just come to the country and overstay and they don't rectify their status.
This is what is the dream of every Somali. To come to our country. So we need to put a restriction on this country.
Yes.
Yes, because this percentage of these people that are overstaying is too high. We cannot possibly just overlook this matter. You know? Yeah. Overstay rates.
The American dream that they think that they'll do anything possible.
That American dream is a lie. You see those movies we used to watch before, those white picket fences.
They make it seem
The
like
American
yes.
dream. What American dream?
They see the American dream with the white picket fence, the green grass, the house, the double-story house with please, a dog running in the front of the back in the front yard. Nonsense, man.
It's a marketing stunt.
Yes.
They love it when they have so many countries out here in the world wanting to go to the US. They would also be worried if there wasn't enough applications.
Because
They'll
what
be
are they
like,
doing wrong?
This year, we didn't make as much as last year. You see that finance department that collects all the funds from the rejected applications.
Yes.
They're also ambitious.
They want to make their quota. They want to say, yes, I saved money this way.
However, that department made in 2024, they're comparing it to 2023,
Yes.
2022, 2021, and they definitely want 2025 to make more money than 2024. You understand? They're not out here saying, oh, the vetting system and everything was so great this year. But how much did you make? We made $5 million less. $5 million less. How are we going to sustain all these salaries?
So the vetting system is that good? You're just allowing people just to come in?
Look, you need to entice people to apply to come to the US or to Europe.
And reapply.
Yes, we need to release a statement here that encourages these Africans to apply to come to Europe, for example. We're using Europe as an example, okay, my people? Another title says Trump. I'm talking about the US, but we're going all over the place here. We have experience. We can't just sit on this experience. So we the Schengen institutions, the immigration department, we need to entice Africans to apply more.
Yes.
This non-refundable fee that they give us in their applications, this 80 to 100 euros or these 60 to 80 euros, makes us 53 million euros per year. 53 million euros a year, approximately.
Yes.
Yeah, approximately.
And they will just take this money and they will just say no. And the vetting process within that EU embassy or whatever, they have just decided, no, I'm going to profile. Okay, give me all of these documents. You need to have the bank statements. You need to have the travel insurance. And this all costs money. So all of that money goes straight into that EU bank account.
It goes to them, and some of that money is used for administrative costs, yes, for salary, to pay this and that. But a large portion of that money is not disclosed to the public.
Of course not.
We, the public, we will never know what Schengen institutions or immigrations, what they do with all the money that they raise from rejected visa applications. We sure don't hear the Schengen department come out here and say, because we have white hearts, all the money, all the proceeds, all the gratuity, all the benefits, all the rewards that we've gotten from rejected applicants, especially from Africa, which amounted to 53 million euros, we're going to feed the people in Congo.
They will never. It would be a different story if they had said something like this. Okay, if say from DRC there is 50,000 euros that has been received from rejected visa applications. Okay, 50,000 euros. We are giving it to you in aid, or we're doing it.
It would be a different thing.
It will be a completely different thing. But now they are just keeping that money to themselves.
Of course they are. But we will never hear them come out here and say, Sudan, too many atrocities there. Take. No, Congo, take. Haiti, take. UNICEF, this give to your buddies or share among you people also. Because even that freaking UNICEF is also just as corrupt. They make money out here and, hey, those freaking wars, especially those conflicts in East Democratic Republic of Congo, we're sitting freaking organizations come, let's use this freaking UNICEF. Whenever they come there, it's a business.
Yes.
So we need these countries to continue to need aid. We need these war-torn countries to continue to exist because in their existence, we are able to raise money. We can get donations. Okay? This aid business is very profitable for certain pockets. Okay? Anyway, let me go on. Another reason why the Trump administration came out here to put restrictions on these 12 countries and 7 partial countries. Again, let me repeat it for you guys that are just joining us. One of the 12 countries where they've put restrictions on, and these particular people are not allowed to get visas for the US, is Republic of the Congo, not Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes.
I have to keep saying that because I am from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes.
Okay? And I don't want this confusion here. Because even that boy, what's the name of that boy? News Daddy.
Yeah, News Daddy, yeah.
Is it News Daddy? News Daddy released his video today regarding this Trump administration ban. And in his video at the beginning, he was showing all the countries that has been affected by this ban. Those particular countries were in red color. And the Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the countries that he also put there as red.
Yeah.
It's misleading. It's not true. Because he read somewhere also among the 12 countries, the Republic of Congo.
So he didn't think that there's a difference.
He's a white boy.
Yeah.
He's not African boy.
No.
He doesn't know these countries. He's never been there. Me, as a Pan-Africanist, as Patrick rules from the Democratic Republic of Congo, I have an obligation to come out here and say the truth and to fix that mess on his behalf. I love the guy. I still love him. I don't criticize him. I follow him. He's cool. But it's not the Republic of Congo. It's the Democratic Republic of Congo that is not
Yes.
the Republic of Congo. I have to say that way.
Yes,
To get their attention between that sentence. So they can say, what? The moment they went, what? Now I've brought their attention to that. It's not the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's not the DRC. It's just the Republic of Congo. That's one of those 12 countries. Okay, my people, but let's read one more reason why. Visa overstays, yes, we've read that. Anyway, the legal foundation for the ban is rooted in Executive Order 14161, which mandates enhanced screening and vetting measures for foreign nationals. The legal foundation of the ban is rooted in Executive Order 14161 that Trump signed on the 20th of January. Even this particular ban is rooted from that freaking executive order that he started with on the first day.
Where he sat there and just said, next.
When he was in that freaking stadium.
Yes.
In front of everybody.
I like the sound of this pen.
14161 was one of them. And he threw the pen. The day he threw the pen.
My goodness.
And Elon Musk came there.
Yeah. But that thing, they say that he was full of some things in his body during that campaigning season.
Who?
The Forbes, it was Times magazine.
Who said that? Who?
Times was saying that Elon Musk was on some
Powder.
hallucination things during the campaigning with Trump.
You have to say it for these people to hear you. I know you don't want to say those terms here because we're on YouTube.
Yes.
But they don't know that you're talking about the fact that those Times came out here and insinuating that Trump was on some freaking powder.
No, Musk.
I'm confused. I'm not on any powder, I'm sorry. Musk.
Yes.
Anyway, that's a totally different story. Let's not go into that. We are here with this executive order. Okay. Comparison, because we need to put a comparison here between the Muslim ban and this
proclamation.
This ban here that's rooted in Executive Order 14161. Comparison with the 2024 Muslim ban. 2024 travel ban executive order 13769. That particular executive order that Trump signed in 26, he said it in 2016, but he signed it in 2017, the 20th of Jan, also 2017. That's executive order 13769.
Yeah.
Right? Scope initially targeted 7 Muslim majority countries. Iran, Iraq, Libya was always there. Somalia was always there. Sudan was always there. Syria and Yemen was always there. So this is where now we got a cross-reference, right?
Yes.
His first executive order in 2017, when he put a ban on those 7 Muslim countries, included 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries.
Yes.
5 out of 12 countries that now have a full restriction, a full ban. 5 out of 12 countries that has a full ban are part of the 7 Muslim countries
Yes.
that he put a ban on in 2017. It's still the same freaking thing.
It's the same thing with a different title.
Yes.
He couldn't put the
just
term Muslim.
Yes. See now?
They just took some different perspective, but
Yes.
trying to get the same result.
They say national security, and then they added other countries. 2 countries. They added Syria in there. Syria and Iraq. Syria and Iraq is not added in the 12 here.
Yeah.
But these other ones, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, that are part of this 12,
Yeah.
signed yesterday, were part of the 7 Muslim countries in 2017. But he didn't say anything about Muslim.
No.
So the Constitutional Court of the United States must come down.
But they are still definitely going to try and find a way of how to not put this proclamation in place.
Yes, they will try to challenge this. It's still early days.
Yeah.
But it's most likely able to stand because this particular ban is not being put in there on the same ideology. Because then, especially using race and religion, that was the basis of being able to challenge that particular ban back then.
Yes.
In this particular ban here, there's no such thing as race and religion.
It's just
He's
about
hiding it some way.
Yes.
He's hiding it in his mind. You have to open his heart to check in there.
It's just going under the cloud of national security.
It's still there, yes, but it's national security now. But you have to be able to open his heart to check. You have to send super chats if you want the rules to read your comments. Come on, people. You have to know how to support the channel. I have to stay on topic. And I can only get off topic if I'm motivated. Otherwise, I have to continue to give value.
Yeah.
Okay, brother, I can't stop the whole show from this. I know there isn't a lot of people here right now, but you know what I mean. We go according to a certain principle. Okay, we live by principles. It's only people who don't live by principles that overstay sometimes in different places. I don't want to overstay in your comment.
Yes.
Let me do. Yes, otherwise the other people will be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, why are you not reading mine?
Why are you overstaying that side? Get back on topic.
Yes.
Can you stay on topic, please? You understand what I'm saying? Anywho, so that's a very interesting fact. You have to make the difference between his ban in 2017 and his ban currently right now. 5 out of the countries that was part of the 7 countries that Donald Trump put a Muslim Arabic ban on in
Muslim
2017
Arabic.
in 2017 is part of the 12 countries now.
Yes.
Okay. Criticism. Okay, implementation first. Structured, rolled out with clear guidelines to avoid the confusion experienced in 2017. Of course, criticism on this 2025 ban. Am I on the right place? No. Okay, let me first read this. Still in 2017, that implementation of 2017 on the 7 Muslim countries faced immediate legal challenges and widespread protests. Revised versions were eventually upheld by the Supreme Court in 2018.
Yes.
Right? It faced protest and criticism in 2017 because of that Muslim thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Widely criticized as discriminatory against Muslims and labeled the Muslim ban. It was labeled the Muslim ban. That was that. But at the 2025 ban, the ban of yesterday, critics argue that despite broader criteria, the ban disproportionately affects Muslim majority countries and continues to raise concerns about discrimination.
Yeah.
They've made the same observation that we've made.
Yes.
They've cross-referenced between the 7 countries that were restricted upon
In 2017.
2017 to the 12 countries here. The 7 countries then and the 12 countries now.
Yeah.
And they've made the observation that we've made to say, wait a minute, but 5 of those 12 countries are 5 of those 7 countries. It's the same shit.
Same thing with different name. Yes.
80% of those 7 countries are a part of these 12 countries. Still a Muslim band. Even then, he did not put on UAE and them.
No, he
Even
didn't.
then, or Qatar or Saudi or, you know?
Yeah, that was a religion. He said religion.
No, but he never said if you're a Muslim, you can't come. No, they named it a Muslim ban because those countries were all Muslim countries. But he never said no Muslim can come. When he used the term no Muslim, that was irrational.
Yeah.
That's what sparked criticism and controversy towards it. But he never said all Muslim mustn't come.
Yeah.
Because there's Muslims in South Africa.
Yes, of course.
With South African passports.
Yes.
There's Muslims in France. There are German Muslims. There are.
There are, yes.
Yes. There's American Muslims. Anywho, international and domestic reactions onto this. Okay, let me speed up here a little bit. Okay. Somalia had something to say about this restriction.
Yeah, of course.
Somalia wants to speak.
Of course, Somalia.
Nobody cares what Somalia wants to say, but let's see what Somalia is busy wanting to say.
This is the American dream. Please don't take it away.
Somalia expressed willingness to engage in dialogue with the US to address security concerns. Of course, you're going to submit. Of course, you're going to come up here and say, please, can we talk about it?
There has to be a way for us to be able to beg our way out of this.
That's the African mentality. Yes. When it comes to Western nations, look at Cyril Ramaphosa. We went there, we need to reset bilateral relations and talk about it. Yeah. Venezuela condemned the ban, with officials labeling the US government as fascists. Yes. The African Union, the puppet institution of the motherland.
The waste of space, I find it.
Yes, that African Union that stands up there like the big brother to most African countries, that does absolutely nothing. That's corrupt to the core. That African Union that gets 60% of its funding from the European Union.
Yes.
That same African Union where Thomas Sankara in 1885 came out here and made a speech to say we cannot be forced to pay colonial debt to these colonizers. We need to come out here and do things to be self-reliant. That same freaking African Union that has no backbone, no spine. That came out here to remove the membership of Burkina Faso, who now is doing some great things for the people of Burkina Faso, for the Burkinabe people. The same freaking African Union that's been out here for a long time, stealing money, that assigned Angola to be the mediator between Congo and Rwanda, but nothing ever freaking happens.
Just took the money, African Union. Just take the money and just say, just make a press release and say, oh, I'm doing this.
Yes, that same freaking African Union said, responded to this ban made by Donald Trump.
Yes.
African Union had something to say about it. Like we care. We don't give a crap what African Union has to say.
No, because
Take it from us Africans. We don't give a crap what African Union is to say.
It proves worthwhile. It doesn't prove worthy for us to listen to what the African Union has to say.
This African Union does things only for the benefit of the European Union because the European Union gives it money.
The action that you put.
Yes, I'm trying to speak in a very obvious way to show my people here that we don't believe in that freaking institution.
Yes.
Because that institution's been here for some time. It had a different name back in the days. I forgot the freaking name. I don't remember this institution. Okay? But we don't... It doesn't do any... It came out here, when Michael Langley came out here trying to say that Burkina Faso is now the epicenter of terrorism in the whole world. In the whole world. Michael Langley actually said in his interview in Kenya with Citizen TV that Burkina Faso, the Sahel, Africa, is the epicenter of terrorism in the whole world. It's no longer the Middle East. It's not Iraq. Forget those days.
It's Africa.
It's in the motherland.
It moved.
What did African Union say? And if Michael Langley was correct, that the Sahel, or rather Burkina Faso there, is the epicenter of terrorism, what did African Union have to say? If it's the truth, what is African Union doing about it?
Absolutely nothing.
What measures is it putting in place to work with the leaders of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, of any country there in the Sahel region to get rid of this freaking threat? Because we don't want it to be labeled as the continent that's out here brewing terrorism. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you, yes.
Because I'll tell you something else, and this is not really being talked about a lot. Michael Langley came out again and said that they have intelligence that the terrorists in the Sahel are planning an attack on the US.
What?
In some form.
What?
They are planning to attack the US in some form.
No, man.
He's already come out here to say that Sahel is the epicenter of terrorism and that it's no longer the Middle East. This Sahel. And also the common interests or the common values that he speaks about when he talks about Burkina Faso and the US, and the reason why there needs to be relations, working together, a cooperation, is because the common interest here is to fight terrorism for the protection of its homeland and for the people of Burkina Faso and the Sahel and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So now he's coming out here to say that this particular epicenter has plans of...
Yeah. So where did you get those intelligence?
They will never tell us. We should just believe
Who are your
that
sources? Who are your sources?
the American intelligence. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that already is presenting a situation where here we have to do whatever we have to do for our security.
Yeah, it's
To get rid of threats.
planting that seed that we're doing it to protect.
Yeah, so if we need to work with you, Burkina Faso, we need to work with you, Burkina Faso. We respect your sovereignty. You are a sovereign nation.
No, he said that so many times in that interview in Kenya when he was doing there for the civil defense, not civil defense, military defense committee or whatever he was doing there. He was saying, I respect sovereignty of the African nations.
Yes.
It's within their right to be sovereign. What nonsense.
They would say that so that they can prepare your mind. They prepared your mind before Libya. For Gaddafi. They had to prepare people's minds first before they act. The US doesn't come out here and just act. The US prepares you first.
Yeah.
Yes. So, African Union had something to say about this freaking ban by Trump. The African Union criticized the ban, warning it could hinder diplomatic relations and educational exchanges. African Union wants to come out here and act as if we care about African people who want to come and study to the US, in the US. And we reject this freaking ban. It's discriminatory. It will hinder relations and it will put obstacles in place. So let's say you reject it. Let's say your statement is right. And then what? Where does your statement fall?
What are they
Where
going
does it stand?
Yeah, what is the follow-up that African Union is going to do? Are you just going to make this statement because I have to, I'm the African Union, or you're just going to continue, are you going to push? Is this going to stop?
Are you, exactly. So you condemn the ban. Okay, African Union, we like the fact that you condemn the ban. So now, are you going to come out here and act with balls like Burkina Faso does? Or are you just going to talk and sit down? Are you going to come up here and also say, look here, we're calling an urgent meeting? First of all, this freaking African Union will say to itself, which African countries are affected? They will call Equatorial Guinea.
Go fight.
They'll call Sudan. They'll call Somalia. What's the other country? The partial country, that Burundi. They'll call that freaking Burundi. And then they'll call also Republic of the Congo. They'll call those countries first. Look, it's your countries that are affected here, huh?
We've did our part.
You guys must pay your own tickets to come here if you want to talk about this. African leaders have the tendency to get you to spend first before even institutions like the supposed African freaking Union.
Yes.
They'll first come out here, look, you have to do something for us if you want us to send a letter.
On your behalf. Because I think it's going to be a bit...
I'm Angola. I'm currently the chairperson of African Union.
I'm not on that list.
I'm not on that list. Why must I send this? I have some delegations from the US coming to visit me in Angola. Why must I send this letter on behalf of you as the African Union? I know it's my duty, but there's no agency here.
I need to be inspired.
My friend, come and see me in Luanda.
Bring something from there also.
When last did you see my wife?
Yeah, that is the thing that they do in Africa.
You know my wife loves gold. I love Rolex also. This watch, I've heard this for a long time.
I have
there's a new release.
I have a new grandchild, huh?
Yes, you have to come and visit my grandchild. Okay, Equatorial Guinea, we see you partying. We see you partying on Instagram with your private jets and staying in hotels that cost $30,000 a night. Come and see me in Angola. I am the chairperson of African Union. If you want me to send that letter to Washington, come and wish my granddaughter a happy birthday.
You must say.
That's how African puppets operate.
They bring their social elder things into every department of government.
But in this freaking statement, they will say, warning it could hinder diplomatic relations and educational exchanges.
So my granddaughter, she's wanting to apply, but now I don't know.
It's not that. They will just put it here like this, so that we, the African community, can say, wow, African Union is fighting for us. How are you going to follow up this statement with actions? That's what we're interested in. Anybody can come out here and condemn. They like to condemn, huh?
A lot of countries, they like to condemn.
We condemn the...
But what else are you doing, man?
So what? So what if you condemn? Actions speak louder than words here. Humanitarian organizations also criticize this. Public international reactions to this freaking banner. Humanitarian organization groups like Oxfam and veterans associations have condemned the measures as discriminatory and divisive. Okay, fine. What you going to do? You can condemn all you want. Okay, the 2025 travel bans represents a significant expansion of the Trump administration's efforts to restrict immigration based on national security concerns. While it includes a broader range of countries and more structured implementation compared to the 2017 ban, it continues to face criticism for potentially targeting specific populations and raising legal and ethical questions. Yeah. That was the Donald Trump guy.
And his proclamations.
And he's banned. Speaking of visas, let's just run through this very quickly. Perhaps we'll give you 10 to 15 minutes of this very quickly, okay? Because this has been a long stream. How long day? 2 hours plus. The rules is still standing here.
2 hours, yeah.
Full of energy. The rules is still standing here. If I haven't earned your subscription by now, please subscribe, become a part of the channel. We love you very much. Here we are real and authentic, and we keep going on. Okay? Okay, we are here. We deal on every matter that concerns Africa because we are Pan-Africanists and we want African unity. We want to get along. We want to stop fighting among Africans. And we definitely want to hold our puppets accountable, because a lot of the reasons why we have such freaking restrictions is because our puppets aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
We are still known as third world countries because most African countries here don't have the balls to do things like Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. That's why we come out here and we say, I'm from Congo, yes, but my president is from Burkina Faso. Because Africa is one country.
Yes.
Yes. So please subscribe. If you haven't yet, become a member, do your thing. And yes, follow us on TikTok. It's crazy over there. Follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, same username, all of the above. Yeah. Visas. Let's go to these Schengen people again. These Schengen people, huh? They make a lot of money every single time they reject your application. Stop applying to go to this freaking Schengen.
Because every year, thousands of hopeful Africans, they line up at these European embassies.
Yes.
Sometimes they travel beyond their country to go and apply at this European embassies.
Some of them go to that freaking Morocco and cross that freaking sea, and some of them get unalived and lose their lives just because they want to go to this freaking Europe.
Yes.
So a lot of money these people make, huh? They make a lot of money just from saying, no, you can't come to us.
They just decide at a glance.
Yes.
They just think like, no man, this bank statement is not enough. They don't think further.
Sorry. The rules is too quick. So the way the system is designed, we the colonizers who colonize most of these African countries, we will make money from a system where most of these Africans will want to apply to come to our Europe through the Schengen system.
Yes.
The Schengen visa process. Most of these Africans that we colonized that don't have any creativity, says I, Carol Malone from Good Morning Britain. We will reject their applications, non-refundable, 60 to 80 euros, and we will make millions and millions and millions of euros per year. And we will never tell them what we will do with this money. We will never come out here and perhaps even say something like, we use this for humanitarian purposes to contribute here and there. We will never do that. That's where the system is here now. Is these Africans will apply in the numbers, in the masses. We will encourage them to always apply. But we'll never refund them if we shall reject their visa. It's non-refundable. That's the system.
I mean, for some, people think that this amount of money to apply for the visa, for Schengen visa, what is 80 pounds? 80 euros, sorry. But it's a lot in some African countries. I mean, people do this and they get rejected, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but up to 5 times.
Okay.
And all of that 80 euros, they just keep it.
Let's put it in perspective. Just Google a quick number there. What is euros to, let's use, go for South Africa first. Let's use South Africa as an example because South Africa has been in the news.
Yeah.
So euros to rands. Let's use this index real quick because some of our people will not even go and do this very simple thing.
Yeah.
So, for example, for a South African who wants to apply to go to Europe, if he needs to pay 80 euros, how much is that in South African rand?
Okay, so in South African rand, it's 1,624 rand and 54 cents.
Okay, 16.
Yes.
1,600 rand. Yeah. I want to go to Europe. Pay 1,600 rand. It's non-refundable. Rejected.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. See you again in 3 months.
Oh, so you also have to wait to
Can't-
apply again because you have
Try
to,
again.
Yes.
Yes. There's a period where you have to try again. Okay. What is Kenyan currency? Let's
Kenyan
use countries
shillings.
that they know. Kenyan shillings. What is that
Yes.
80 euros in Kenyan shillings? I'm trying to see it for a Kenyan guy. A Kenyan guy wants to go to France this year. He wants to go and celebrate his New Year in Paris. He wants to go and look at that Eiffel Tower that Niger lights up with the uranium that Emmanuel Macron steals from Niger. Used to.
Yeah.
How much will that freaking Kenyan guy pay? Sorry, it's not freaking Kenyan guy. I love Kenya.
It is 11,800 Kenyan shillings.
11,000 shillings.
Yes.
And you can do a lot with 11,000, huh? In that Kenya.
Yeah.
So that guy has to pay 11,000 shillings for his visa application, for a Schengen visa application.
And that is just the visa application, just for the administration. That is not even accounting for the agency fee. Maybe they had to go to VFS because maybe there isn't an embassy in their country. So it costs a lot. And it's also the booking fee of the reservation, the flight tickets. It's everything.
Yes. Non-refundable. Non-refundable. Sorry, try again next year.
You.
Schengen is just out here saying, try again next year. A total of 1.something million applications were rejected as a totality from African countries by the Schengen in 2024.
They're making-
Over 1 million applications were rejected.
And they're not giving sufficient reasoning of why. So maybe they can say, or maybe they can be like, can you just give me another document of this and then we can go ahead with this one process?
Do you know what's one of the biggest reasons that they use and they've cited here, and I'm about to read it, is the fact that they say they cannot, the authenticity of some of these documents, for example, these police clearance things and all that kind of thing. We can't really verify these things, the sources and all these things. So,
But you know
so
what?
harmed by you cannot come.
But you know,
Thank you for the money.
Africa, it's not a proper system. But in that some person actually did it right and went to the police place and got their clearance. And this is the document value. This is how it looks in Africa. It doesn't mean that it's not real.
They don't care about that. Just give us the money, you're not coming. This is the easiest money to make, man.
Yeah.
This is the easiest money to make. As an individual, as an institution, as a freaking Schengen system. Apply to come. I said no. Thank you for the money.
You're going to try again, I'm sure.
No hassle. I don't have to deal with overstay illegal immigrants. I don't have to ask Rwanda to take in despicable humans. I don't have to come out here as America or as UK or Denmark or whatever and say, Rwanda, come here. I have despicable humans that I want you to take. I'll pay you for it. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Let me just deny the visa. I get to keep the money. This is free money coming in every year that will boost our economy.
And it's a continuous revenue stream because people want to come to Schengen countries.
Yes. Let me start from here. In recent years, African nationals have faced increasing challenges in obtaining Schengen visas with high rejection rates and substantial financial losses. Non-refundable, my friends. This report, yes, we know. Okay. Thank you for the report. Thank you for sending me the report. Okay, Schengen visa application rejection 2023. Yeah, because we need to compare 2023 compared to 2024. 2025 is not finished yet. Okay, in 2023, Schengen states received approximately 10 million visa applications, with a rejection rate of 15%, resulting in 1.6 million denied applications. For African countries, the rejection rate was notably high. In 2023, African nationals received 704,000 negative responses for their visa application. That was in 2023. 700,000 applications. We said no. Thank you for your 80 euros. All of you 700,000 people. You've made us a lot of money.
It's just like that. Thank you for the money.
All 704,000 of you in 2023, you African nationals, from east to south, from south to west, we don't give a crap. Thank you for your applications. It's non-refundable. We love this 1,600 rands or 11,000 shillings equivalent of euros. Thank you. But no thanks. In 2024, the situation worsened with the implementation of increased visa fees. Starting June 11th, 2024, the Schengen visa fee rose from 80 euros to 90 euros.
They even have the audacity to
Let's
increase.
put another 10 on top there. They'll pay.
Yeah.
They'll pay. They want to desperately come here.
The audacity. That's not. I didn't meet last year's quota. I need to increase it.
Yeah. The application part. They already make money from the one they say yes to. And then when those people go there, they still spend money as tourists. But then they also make money from these rejected ones.
Yeah.
And there's no refund.
No.
They could have said we'll increase it. You're paying 90, but if it's rejected, we'll refund you 50.
Something.
Nothing, man.
And the thing is, these people are also sending their passports.
Of course, we want to check your birth country because maybe you just have
Deducted it.
So maybe you just have this South African passport, but you were born in Somalia.
Is this document real?
We want to see where you were born.
Shit.
You understand? Your birth country. And that must be an authentic passport.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. The Schengen visa fee rose to 90. Yes. This increase added financial strain on applicants, especially those from African nationals where the average income is significantly lower than in European countries, like we spoke about.
Yeah.
11,000 shillings in Kenya. It's a lot of money, you European Schengen officer. Why do you want people to pay this non-refundable price? It's a third, almost half. In some cases, full salary of somebody. This person has to say to themselves, it's my dream to go to Paris. Je vais aller au Paris, je vais voir le Eiffel Tower, c'est terrible là-bas. Mais quand est-ce que je vais aller au Paris? Parce que ça coûte très cher ici. Je dois payer 11 000 shillings comme un Kenyan, c'est impossible. I don't have the money. I will save for the next 6 months so that I can apply in the 7th month. Rejected.
Yo.
Thank you for your money.
Yo, that's like dream crusher, man.
You have to fast and pray.
Oh.
You have to fast and pray also to the white Jesus.
Yes, we push the narrative. There's a white Jesus.
It's white Jesus, it's not black Jesus. So let's also create a Jesus that's also white. You understand, huh? The colonizers, the history book creators. History was written by the victors. Jesus is also white. And Europe is not in the south, it's in the north. And we colonized you, and you need to come to us.
You follow our schooling systems.
We will reject it, non-refundable, you're not coming here. Thank you for the money, goodbye.
We will profile you and just tell you, no thank you. We just acknowledge that the passports of African countries are weak.
Yes.
We will decide. We will decide your fate.
And you were just born. Some African people.
That one is bad, Patrick.
Yes.
You were just born.
Yes, some African people are just born like this. Bing, Africa. What is the situation, please? Africa. So you are Somali, and this is your country. It's been in wars. Okay, you are from the Congo. Your country's been in a war for 30 years there. You guys are black, and that is Europe. This is your infrastructure. This is a television. This is a smartphone. Look how they live. You were born here. Okay? Now fend for yourself. Go.
Yeah.
Reverse the controls of this little kid is born. And then that boy who's born like that African Congolese boy,
Yes.
he's fighting. It's his dream. Sometimes he goes to the freaking mine. He goes to south, to East Democratic Republic of Congo. He goes to Kivu. At 8 years old,
Yeah.
he starts mining cobalt.
Just at a young age that.
Do you people want to go there? This 8-year-old Congolese boy was born there. You woke up like this. He has to mine gold and cobalt.
In horrible conditions, man. Children.
He has to go down a hole for hours on end because he can fit it through those holes. And then he must come up with cobalt, tin, tungsten, everything. He must bring it up. And then that natural resources will be smuggled through Rwanda into Kigali, where it will be illegally stamped. It will end up in the freaking market. And then they'll make an iPhone 17. You can buy it in September.
Every year, because we have a consistent supply.
Yes, man.
Every year we will release new iPhones.
Yes, this is the reality of the world we live in. Donald Trump can come out here on a particular 4th of June, 2025. The US president came out here and implemented restrictions on your country. Reality.
We just have to accept it. And we hope that the government will do something about it, but we doubt it that will be effective.
And that kid, that 8-year-old kid, that Congolese boy in East Democratic Republic of Congo, his dream is to see R. Kelly.
My goodness.
He keeps seeing all these. I hope there's no freezing here. It's not freezing, huh? Because my battery. Let me speed up here quick. And this kid, because he has a TV, he sees P. Diddy.
Oof.
P. Diddy music videos. And he sees R. Kelly. And he says, I want to go to America. I want to go to Schengen. I want to play football for PSG. I don't give a crap if PSG won. I don't want soccer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes. It's his dream.
They make it like that is the only good life, the only way life is supposed to be.
But the contrast to this is that other kid that's born in Paris. He's born, bang, and he opened his eyes, his Eiffel Tower here.
It's normal to him.
It's fur coats, it's PlayStations, and everything is being given to this kid, and this kid is just like, I don't want this.
They grow up with these bad attitudes, man.
They slapped Papa. I said I don't want this. So that one is being born in poverty. He wishes to have all this.
But he grows up with respect at least.
And he grows up with respect.
Yes.
He knows what's worth it.
Yes.
He grows up with values. This other one is being raised in this situation that sometimes comes out here and argues with mommy and daddy. Tells mommy and daddy, shut up.
You.
Why did you buy me a Range Rover this year? I said I wanted a Lambo.
Oh.
This one doesn't even have a bicycle. Bicycle in your dreams. We're laughing, but it's not funny.
It's not funny, but this is the reality of...
Because if we say it too seriously out here, you guys will be like, this stream is so morbid. And you'll bounce. So we have to say it like this. But if you have a heart, if you're human, then you get it.
You understand where it's coming from.
You understand why they keep rejecting these freaking Schengen visas. Because it's thanks but no thanks.
We don't want to have that growing community in our countries.
The financial burden on African applicants is significant, especially considering the non-refundable nature of visas fees. In 2023, African nationals spent over 56 million euros on refused Schengen visa applications. This represents a considerable loss for applicants and raises questions about fairness of the Schengen visa system. But they don't care.
Of course not. They don't care. They just think that, okay, this money is coming, it's a continuous flow. No. We reject 10,000 this month.
Yes.
11,000 next month.
Yes. Reasons for rejection. I don't really want to go into the amounts or the top 10 countries that were rejected. Okay, Algeria, rejection is 166,000, amounting to $14 million. Morocco, 136,000 rejected applicants. Estimated loss, $11 million. Nigeria, estimated loss, $3.4 million. Ghana, 1.6. Senegal, 2.1. South Africa, I know it's 1 million here and there, but it's millions of money. But you just focus on the total amount, okay? Don't be too... What about Senegal? What about... No, we're going to take Africa as a whole because Africa is one country.
Yes.
The number of applicants rejected is over 56 million euros.
That's
that
a
Schengen
lot.
people got.
They are just pocketing that money.
Reasons, several factors contributed to the high rejection rates for African applicants. Okay, received risks of overstay. Again, they also have the same freaking issue. This is why we will not give you a Schengen visa because you will overstay. You will overstay.
Because life is too good there. I'm seeing the Eiffel Tower. I'm seeing the beautiful white woman.
European consulate often have concerns about applicants overstaying their visas, especially from countries where economic challenges are. Economic and social instability. Applicants from nations facing political and economic instability are viewed as high risk, leading to stricter scrutiny. Inconsistent or low financial means. Many applicants struggle to provide adequate proof of financial capability. A key requirement for visa approval. You don't have any money.
But you know,
You don't have any bank statements. These bank statements are not consistent.
their money in the bank is, I think it's too much sometimes, because even if people are just going there for like a business trip or something like that, for not even a business trip, because that means it's sponsored. So if it's just for maybe 1 week, why do you need to have like 50,000 euros in your account?
You mean the requirements that the Schengen people are imposing?
Yes. I think it's a bit too much if people are just going.
No, they've never told me this is what we require you to have. Sorry, I don't face this issue because... Why don't I face this issue? I'm from Congo, but I don't face this rejection issue because
No.
I think... Because I pray a lot.
Yeah.
They also pray.
Yeah.
But the first time when I applied for this Schengen, I did it from the UAE.
Yeah, you did it.
I
Yeah.
did it from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So they check Abu Dhabi. They say, oh, okay. And you provide bank statements from Abu Dhabi. You provide proof of employment, and residential, and your IDs and everything. They checked me through Abu Dhabi. So they trust Abu Dhabi. Okay, Congo guy, take.
Yes.
Because we trust Abu Dhabi, huh? Nothing because we love Congo.
We try.
Yes. So I just had to provide bank statements.
Yes.
But it's very different in my case because it was my own company also.
Yeah.
So it's
Also.
my own company, and then I give business statements, and they shut the freaking hell up. Say,
Okay.
come and spend this money here. Anywho, weak passport power. This is why we just had this conversation.
Yes.
One of the many reasons why the Schengen is out here saying no, but no thanks. Thank you for the 90 euros. Is because a weak passport powers. African countries often have passports with limited global mobility, correlating with higher visa rejection rates. So your passport doesn't have any mobility.
Mobility is zero.
It means your passport also, what are the countries you can go to and get visa on arrival?
No. Your passport is very
It's
very
weak.
low.
It's weak.
No.
You need a St. Kitts passport.
Oh,
You need to take a passport from St. Kitts. Passports are
Yes.
powerful, huh?
Yeah.
Japan passports are powerful, huh? Malta passports are powerful. Ooh, very high. That Malta, that Japan is even stronger than the US.
yeah.
Stronger than certain European countries there. But that Malta is an island, but it's in Europe, yes, Schengen. But Japan, I like that Japan passport. I like to do things that you cannot predict. Black guy coming to the counter now. Can I see your passport, please? Japan.
Sarigato.
Sorgato. Yes, welcome. That's what I'm saying. You have to be unpredictable out here. You can't be out here and they see you, this one looks like Congo. And then, I told you so.
I told you, man.
Kinshasa, tu parlais français. I must get there and see, okay, let's check his passport. Vietnam.
What you talking?
I'm standing there with a goatee like this. I even have Davido playing. That's the best. Just confuse the whole freaking situation there. It's a money-making scheme.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a big money-making scheme. The Schengen visa process, we Pan-Africanists that represent Africa and Africans here, we need to be loud and unapologetic about this freaking system because they need to start refunding at least part of the application fee.
Yes, and
Not
saying...
to come out here and increase it.
Yeah, man, and say that this is because of not because you know there's been rejections of visa applications. We'll do this.
Yes, use whatever reason that you use to make yourself feel better, but just make sure that you refund. Even if you say because we are kind-hearted people,
Yeah.
say it. But just let that African guy feel like you didn't rob him. Don't let that African guy feel like you robbed him.
Like you beat him.
Yes.
No.
Year after year after year. At the same time, you're selling the dream of this UEFA freaking league. These African boys are out here in Africa practicing in the rain every day with no boots, with bare feet to make it to freaking UEFA. And every once in a while, they want to apply to go to that freaking Europe. But you keep rejecting their Schengen visas and you're making the money. You need to refund some of that money.
Yeah,
at least 50%.
Don't crush their dreams.
You're crushing their dreams and you're still robbing them. Don't you have enough gold there that you've stolen from Ghana, from Burkina Faso, from Congo? You Schengen people. Hello. Welcome to the show. We're just having fun here. That's weak passport, huh? Your passport doesn't have any mobility. It's one of the reasons why we're rejecting your visa application.
They use such a nice word. Your passport has no mobility.
Mobility? What the freaking hell?
Why are you using this big word on me?
This passport to have legs. Why don't you just tell them we don't respect your passport because it's from Somalia?
No other country gives your country visa on arrival. Please, no thank you.
That's why, again, we need to say this out loud again. We love the new president of Namibia.
Yes.
Yes. That woman who's out here to say, America, you need a visa before you come to Namibia.
If you want us Namibians to apply in advance for you, you must do the same for us.
I'm a woman.
I've made my decision.
Yes. You guys are always, you Americans, you're always asking, what is a woman? What is a woman? You know, with that.
Oh yes, that
show.
That documentary.
The Daily Wire.
Yes.
What is a woman? A woman is the president of Namibia. There's a woman in Namibia. And she came out here to say, USA needs a visa to come to Namibia. If you want to know the definition of a woman, go to Namibia.
You'll find out.
The first lady, the president is a woman. The vice president is a woman. The speaker of the house is a woman. The minister of defense is a woman. 15 freaking women hold high position in the government here. 60% of the government of Namibia is all madams.
Yes, man, that is a country that is run by women.
Yes.
Whoa.
Because you freaking men, it's you men who created these freaking systems of Schengen. We need to try something different. Maybe a woman will come out here and say, we'll refund. But before she can do that, before we want her to do that, she first needs to come out here and make a point. She needs to say, America, you need a visa.
Yes.
You shut up. You laugh. You are the one who must shut up before the rules blocks you. Okay? Yes. Don't. Listen, it's your lucky day to be hearing my voice today, boy. Don't make me block you. Yes. Listen here, man. You know Africa exists. Now, this is one of the voices out here that's out here to make sure it speaks for Africans. You are lucky to be here. And we are real and authentic with it. We say it. We call a spade a spade. We are not racist. We love people. We love decent people. We're here for African unity. But We'll hit you below the belt if we have to. With the truth.
Right where it hurts.
Okay. He said sorry, man. Oh, okay. Forgiven. Water under the bridge. Yes, we move on. You're welcome. Yes. It's like that. Okay. The utilization of funds from rejected applications. The Schengen visa fees collected, including those from rejected applications, are utilized by EU member states to cover administrative costs associated with processing visa applications. However, specific breakdowns of how these funds are allocated are not publicly detailed. This lack of transparency raises concerns about the fairness of the system, especially considering the significant financial burden placed on applicants from lower income countries. What you Africans need to know is that we use some of this money for administrative costs.
Yeah.
But we will not tell you where the rest of this money goes.
You are not privy to that information. There's no need for you to know.
Just thank you for applying. Come again next year. Thank you, but not thanks. All 56 million euros that you guys are giving us while we reject your application, we love it. Yes, continue to
Apply away.
And continue to pay for our vacations. Okay.
And there's double standards, those vacations. European countries, they can enter 30 African countries visa-free they don't have to give proof of bank statements, and they just get 90 days, just like that. Enter, there's your passport, stay 90 days.
Bingo, you have the point. We the European people can come to your supposed motherland for free. We walk into the motherland like we are walking into our kitchen. The same way we want to use the loo. I can just decide to go to, for the sake of respect of my entire African country, I'm not going to use a name for that particular example, but you get the point. We will come to Africa as we see fit. And trust you me, also, since we are addressing you people, your own puppets will never challenge us. They don't challenge us because we give them aid.
We borrow, we give them lots of money.
We pay that institution called African Union, we pay it money.
There's no need for us to apply for anything. We just decide today, I want to go to Cape Town tomorrow. I'm coming, I'm there.
I didn't have time to change. I'm coming in my pajamas.
Yo.
Some of these little white girls, you see them land like that, huh? So is this a pajama or is this Versace?
Yeah.
No, this is pajamas.
You can
the
see.
audacity of some of these freaking people, the way they land in Africa. In freaking pajamas. They just always look like, it's a Badaway type of trip.
Yeah.
I'm in Africa. I came to see the giraffes. I came to see the monkeys.
And in 2025, people are still doing those stupid vlogs saying, I cannot believe that this country is like this.
Wow.
The infrastructure, oh my goodness. Oh, shut up.
Anyway, let me hurry up real quick and finish up because I need to go to gym now. Jeez, I need to go to gym, man. How long is this stream? Okay. Let me read the conclusion for you guys real quick because you understand the moral of the stream. These freaking European nations or the Schengen system is making a lot of money from rejected applications, and they need to at least refund part of that application fee. Anyway, conclusion. The comparison analysis between 2023 and 2024 underscores the pressing need for reforms in the Schengen visa application process concerning African nations. Addressing the high rejection rates and associated financial implications is crucial for fostering equitable international relations and supporting the mobility aspirations of African citizens. They are not monkeys. Okay? Furthermore, strengthening intra-African mobility through Pan-African initiatives can reduce dependency on external visa systems and promote greater unity and economic development across the continent. Yes, so we've done our job. We came out here to inspire you to talk about this in your social circles.
Yes.
Yes, at the cookout, go to the cookout and say, by the way, that freaking Schengen people, they make a lot of freaking money, huh?
Must stop applying for these Schengen visas.
They make a lot of money and they reject and they're so freaking selfish. Anyway, talk. If you work in a Schengen institution or wherever, raise awareness. Yes. Anywho.
Schengen, these embassies and these countries cannot just take the money from these Africans at will.
Yeah. Anywho, I think that's enough, huh? For today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I need to go to gym.
Yeah.
I suddenly got the strength to go to gym right now.
Really?
I need to take advantage of this sudden burst of energy. Okay, my people, thank you very much. How long was that?
Roughly 2.5 hours, I think.
2.5 hours, almost 3
yeah.
hours. 3 hours. The rules. If I don't have your subscription by now, please subscribe. Welcome to the team. Follow us on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, all the 9 yards. Patrick Rules. Arlene
ABM. Thank you very much, guys.
Patrick Rules.
Arlene.
Yes. Arlene. You can follow Arlene at Arlene ABM.
Yes.
Yes. On Instagram.
On Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok, Arlene
_ABM.
_ABM. Patrick, rule like Patrick. Apply for your Schengen visas like Patrick. Okay? Don't apply it anyhow. I'll put the details somewhere then. But anyway, follow us on X, Patrick Rules on X. On TikTok is robust. Do yourself a favor and go there. But stay here, we're always here. But much love and God bless you guys.
God bless, guys. Thank you so much.
Boom.